It has arrived, the long-anticipated return of glory to kickboxing's mecca, the Netherlands, for Glory 78 from the Ahoy Arena in Rotterdam. Welcome to the Glory 78 preview show. I'm your host, Todd Grisham. It's been 7 months since we've last held a live Glory event, back in January at Glory 77. There, Rico Verhoeven won a heavyweight contender tournament and Alex Pereira the light heavyweight title in a controversial split decision over Artem Vahitov. More on that coming up later. Glory 78, though, is stacking up as one of Glory's greatest fight nights ever. We start with the Glory Superfight series, where 2 title bouts will be on the line. We open with 2 lightweight bouts. Mohammed Hendouf takes on Manuel Robson Minoto, followed by Israel's Itay Gershon versus Guerric Billet of France. Then 2 highly anticipated title bouts. Tyjani Beztati taking on Elvis Gashi of the United States for the lightweight title. Then it's Yousri Belgaroui versus Donovan Wisse for the middleweight crown. That will be followed by 7 fights, including a rematch for the light heavyweight title and the return of Badr Hari. And that's followed by heavyweight action with Nordine Mehedin versus Raul Cantinas, making his Glory debut. Then another contender bout, this time in the light heavyweight division, as second-ranked Luis Tavares battles Felipe Micheletti. Then 2 more heavyweight bouts, with Levi Richters taking on Tomas Mosny, followed by Tariq Kababez versus Antonio Plazabot. The co-main event is a rematch from Glory 77, when Alex Pereira won a controversial split decision over then-champ Artem Vahitov. This fight is sure to have fireworks and is the most anticipated Glory light heavyweight title fight of all time. And finally, the main event, featuring the return of Badr Hari, who's looking to get back to his old form that made him a K1 champion and a knockout machine. He takes on an underdog that's not to be overlooked, the big, strong Polish Wrzosek. Today, Glory is excited to announce its launch of a new streaming platform now available at gloryfights.com. Glory fans around the world will now be able to watch live pay-per-view events via the new streaming platform, starting with Glory 78 on September 4th. Fans must purchase the Glory 78 pay-per-view at gloryfights.com. It's the only place they can buy it globally. The Glory 78 Superfight series will be available for free on gloryfights.com. On the Glory 78 preview show, we'll preview all 3 of the upcoming title fights. Mark Schaff sits down with both Badr Hari and Wrzosek. And I'll be joined by my broadcast partner, Bazooka Joe, Joseph Valtellini. Up next, we'll preview the battle for the lightweight championship and a rematch, this time for the middleweight championship of the world. Welcome back to the Glory 78 preview show. I'm Todd Grisham. The Glory Superfight series will feature 2 world title fights. The first in the lightweight division between second-ranked Tyjani Beztati and third-ranked Elvis Gashi. They hold a combined overall record of 42-5. The middleweight title fight that follows is number 1 ranked Donovan Wisse taking on second-ranked Yousri Belgaroui. Their combined record is 47-7. And they fought once before, with Wisse winning by unanimous decision back at Glory 65.
5 rounds for the lightweight championship of the world. Tyjani, the Wonder Boy, Beztati.
What a headshot from Beztati!
Super Elvis Gashi.
It's gotta be over, and it is! Elvis Super Gashi has shocked the kickboxing world! As Beztati is just teeing off.
means a lot to get another chance at the belt. I'm hungry and I can't wait. You know, I appreciate it that I can fight again for the world title and to become one of the youngest world champions in Glory history. And of course, to be the first Moroccan as well to become a champion in Glory kickboxing. Since my last fight, you know, it was a great learning experience. I fought against Marat and you know, I learned a lot in that fight. We are now almost 1.5, 2 years ahead of that. I'm more mature now. I'm a more mature fighter. I made some changes in my team. I'm ready and I'm hungry. I find the passion in kickboxing again. And when I'm passionate about something, I'm very dangerous, I can tell.
Quick, isn't he? Yeah, that speed on the inside. Oh! Speaking of quick, what a headshot from Beztati!
And I'm still not done in kickboxing, you know? So I have a lot to fight for, and I want to become a world champion in kickboxing. If I want to become a champion, I have to do everything for it. We're just working on the details, and like my trainer always say, the details matters.
Fighting tonight out of Morocco, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Tyjani, the Wonder Boy, Beztati.
Well, Elvis Gashi is a strong fighter, a fighter with power, but I'm also powerful and I'm also strong. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's not about my opponent, but it's about me. I have to believe in me. I have to believe in myself. I feel I can knock everybody out.
A unanimous decision, all for your winner.
He is Surinam's finest, Donovan, Wisse. Oh, left hand right to the jaw. Whoa, that straight right hand, and that is a knockdown. Oh, nice right hand. It looks like he's hurt. What a moment this would be for Donovan Wisse.
Yousri Belgaroui.
And there's another body shot right to the ribcage. Great fight, but is it over? That's the question, ladies and gentlemen.
Everything is how I want it to be, so no excuses, no nothing. I'm going in to fight hard and to make a show. Everything's about the win, no matter how.
He has twice been on the doorstep of a world title and begins that climb again tonight. Here is Yousri Belgaroui.
What a round for Belgaroui. Somehow, Steuben.
I think that's a good fight to portray the road I was on.
For Yousri Belgaroui, John Axwood might want to look at stopping this. He takes a knee as blood pours.
Everything is a bit better, but we're talking percentages, you know, in this game, and everything is about mindset. My mindset has changed a lot. MMA hardened me mentally. I feel stronger standing also, yeah. Because you stand up being tired and you still have to perform, that will translate into kickboxing. But also just mentally being in these awkward situations and fighting yourself out of it. Make you strong, yeah.
Take yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Do you have any questions? Touch gloves if you like.
Yeah, we fought one time, 2019. I lost the fight.
There's that punch low kick from Wisse. Oh! High kick from Donovan Wisse out of nowhere, and Belgaroui.
I made a mistake, and now we're gonna run it all back. We have 5 rounds, title fight. I think we're the top contenders of the middleweight right now because it's a vacant title. So we have to show the fans that we belong there in this title fight. I will give my everything. Winning means everything for me.
At Glory 77, the long-awaited matchup between then champion Artem Vahitov and interim champion Alex Pereira finally took place. Vahitov was determined to prove he was the undisputed light heavyweight champion, while Pereira was looking to become Glory's first ever simultaneous 2-division champ, already holding the belt as middleweight title holder.
And we pick it up at round 4.
To protect the hand or anything, so it looks like he's back.
We are now in the championship rounds. Big high kick
And my unofficial card, I have Vahitov just slightly ahead here.
The last time Alex Pereira went past 3 rounds was back in June of 2016. He won by a 4th round knockout against Junior Alpha. So Vahitov always seems to go 5 rounds, at least recently. So let's see if Pereira's power can hold up in the late stages. We're in the championship rounds in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. We're watching Glory 77. This to unify the light heavyweight title. Pereira, the interim champion. Vahitov, the world champ.
You see there, Pereira throw a hard left hook off the guard of Vahitov. Vahitov had to exit a little bit because there's that much power. He resets even after blocking sometimes.
Another good flurry there for Vahitov.
Yeah, and he did it as a counter and a combination, which is nice. He's countering in combinations.
And downstairs for that lead leg. He hasn't focused on that as much as you thought he might.
Yeah, he mixes it in here and there.
There it is again.
Yep, he does it, but it hasn't been a consistent attack. He's maybe using that low kick more to set up his hands rather than to finish the leg itself.
Pereira throwing twice as many strikes. If I told you that before this fight began, you'd think, oh, Pereira's killing this guy, but it's close.
Yeah, very close. There hasn't been those big damaging shots to sway the fight one way or another.
Well, all it takes is one from Pereira. There are the knees, switch knee for the Brazilian, goes up high again.
Yep. We haven't seen Pereira throw those in the last 2 rounds.
Again, and that forced Vahitov to exchange, and that's what he does. Put everything he had in that left hook. His money punch.
Step back. This round is the closest one of them all, I think.
Oh, and Vahitov got the better of that exchange.
Ooh. Pereira lifted that knee.
This is a bit of a chess match, and look at Vahitov. A couple of power punches right before the bell rings. Could that sway some of the judges?
Yep, that's what I'm thinking, you know? The last little attack, they needed something in that moment. But very close.
And final round, it could all come down to this championship round. Pereira, the interim champ. Vahitov looking to hold the gold around his waist. Hasn't lost in 6 years. It looks like the right hand, though, is holding up for Vahitov.
I mean, like I said, his last
big hand right again for the Russian. And he got him again. Can you imagine if Vahitov is able to knock out Pereira?
With the injured hand. I mean, the way he's rolling off. Just good power from Vahitov. Nice.
I'm wondering if Pereira thinks he's way ahead. For all we know, he might need a knockdown himself.
Stop! Oh, coming up. Trip. Can't be doing that, Arta.
Under 2 minutes to go, what has been an extremely close contest between 2 of the best in Glory.
The problem is, too, like we see Vahitov coming forward,
No
so
clinching.
you kind of sometimes get that the advantage, but Pereira moving backwards is still doing really good. He's active, he's punching, mixing knees, still chopping away. So we might see Pereira moving backwards a little bit, but he's still striking and landing well.
Not a lot of power behind those punches. Vahitov fighting like he needs this round.
Step back. Stop. Fight.
I like the movement, though, for Vahitov in round 5.
Yeah.
Still seems a bit fresh.
mean, I just like that little bit of head movement, the strong defense, him coming forward, blocking the shots, countering. But I think this is a better round for Pereira. I mean, he's coming forward, a little bit more active, putting the combinations, minus him eating those 2 big hands. I mean,
but those are the ones that you'll remember when the round ends.
It's damage, right? It's damage. Those big right hands from Vakhitov is the best thing in this round.
Especially when Pereira keeps his hands down and just you see his chin snapping side to side.
But a lot of that chin turn is the way of taking the power away from the punch. That's what you mean by like rolling with that punch, right? They still land very powerful. That low kick is nice.
Looks like we've got a cut over the left eye of Vakhitov.
Those scissor knees.
And that will do it. It's anybody's guess. Who is the Glory Light Heavyweight Champion?
I mean, you gotta think this is such a high-level fight where one little mistake can cost you your world title. So you see both gentlemen being very defensive, very good with their counter shots, and really masters at understanding range and distance control. It seemed like Vakhitov's plan was to come forward, pressure, throw some good combinations, where Pereira was fighting off the back a little bit, moving backwards, mixing his jabs, kind of trying to set up those big power shots. So, I mean, could it have been that forward pressure of Vakhitov that the judges saw? Or is it that backwards fighting, the bigger power shots from Pereira? Those knees that we saw, those scissor knees up the middle. Because both gentlemen had good moments, whether it's with knees or overhands. In this 5th round, you saw Vakhitov rip the body, then go with those overhand rights. It seemed like that was Vakhitov's best punch. They're just behind the ear.
It's good to see Vakhitov healthy after a 5-round fight. It seems that hand held up under the pressure as we look at strikes by round. Obviously, this is subjective, Joe, but it's hard to argue with what Pereira was able to do.
I mean, they're not that much difference. Round 4 is about 3 strikes. Round 5, 3 strikes, so very close.
Here's your strike count. Overall, 107 to 153 for Vakhitov, 144 to 292 for Pereira. How did the judges see it? Let's find out.
And the winner by split decision, and new Glory Light Heavyweight Champion of the World, Alex Pereira.
Artem Vakhitov has the look of what happened.
Yeah, he did not expect that result.
And to break down that light heavyweight battle, here he is, Joseph Valtellini, my broadcast colleague. I've barely seen you, my friend. How you doing in Canada?
Well, I'm excited now. We've been in a lot of lockdowns here, but we're open. Things are getting busy here at Bazooka Kickboxing, and let me tell you, talking to you is one of the things I miss the most.
Oh, I'm sure. Thanks for the lie, Joe, but it still felt great. Let's talk about this great matchup. It is a rematch, an extremely close battle. Vakhitov's team was furious at the decision. Pereira felt he won. When you heard they were rerunning it back, what did you think?
Well, I thought it was the perfect move to do. I mean, watching that fight live, it was really close. So, you know, I had to go rewatch it. Because watching it live, I felt like Vakhitov was doing enough to get the decision, but watching it back, it really made me realize how close this fight was. So yeah, running it back was the right thing to do.
All right, pretend you're trainers for both Vakhitov and Pereira. In this camp, what are you working on with Pereira, the reigning champion, to do better in the rematch?
Well, I thought Pereira did well when he was active, and his strategy basically going into that first fight was a lot of good volume punches, looking for his counters, and trying to find a lot of good knees up the middle. And it was successful, I found, earlier on in the fight. But with Vakhitov, it was the pressure that did well. When he was going forward, when he was putting his combinations together, I think that's when he started winning the fight a little bit more. So they know each other now, they know the power, they know their counter tendencies. So I think this one's gonna be, you know, potentially even closer than the first ones, because I think anytime these guys fight, it's gonna be that close.
You know, Pereira was used to killing guys coming into this fight, and for once someone stood there, took his best shots, and put it back on him. Is Pereira gonna be a little more cautious this time, expecting this one to go 5 rounds as opposed to maybe getting a guy out early?
Well, I think so, and I think when you watch Pereira, his style is very energy efficient. So what that means is he doesn't always throw with power, but when he does find that counter, his timing is so good, he catches you when you don't expect it, and that's kind of why he puts you out. It's not like big power forced energy. It's smooth, it's controlled, it's relaxed, and it's the timing that makes him so dangerous. And we've seen that left hook that we call all the time the touch of death, but when you fight someone who's so defensively sound like Artem Vahitov, it's not so easy to land those big shots.
And hey, if you've been looking at Vahitov's Instagram, all of a sudden he's got a six-pack for the first time in his life. So look out, that Russian bear is hungry for his world title. Joe, hang in there. We got another segment coming up for you as we break down Glory 78. When we return, a man who's anxiously awaiting a title shot of his own and another looking to pull off Glory's greatest ever upset. While the much-anticipated light heavyweight title rematch between Pereira and Vahitov will take place at Glory 78, there is another one we should keep an eye on. Luis Tavares, with 63 career wins, 22 coming by knockout, feels it's his time for a title shot, and he doesn't hide the fact that he's anxiously awaiting the winner.
I want to become champion. I've been screaming at the top of my lungs for like a year now. I'm close. I'm one fight away.
A big fight in the light heavyweight division. Tavares.
Yep, Tavares.
A good left hand, and that buckles Micheletti. Very fit right hand connects there for Tavares.
Felipe Micheletti!
So a bit of a surprise as the White Tiger wins by split decision.
We fought each other at Glory 66. I thought I won the fight, but it wasn't my best performance too, so I just went back to the drawing board and I corrected all my mistakes.
Whoa, couple nasty uppercuts.
For your winner, Luis Tavares!
I was supposed to fight Muscle Boy. If he got injured, well, things happen. But now it's like a fairy tale, you know. I can get close to the title by avenging a loss.
Fighting out of Rotterdam, the Netherlands, here is the infamous Luis Tavares!
In the last 2 years, I have grown as a fighter completely. I'm in good spirits. The training camp has been going tremendous. He's a very complete fighter. He likes to bulldoze opponents. He likes to use his hands, his kicks. But I think he's not that good fighting backwards on his back foot. Abena is a fighter that kind of rubs you the wrong way, you know. We don't like each other, it's known. I don't feel the same animosity towards Micheletti. More so that, yeah, he has a victory over me, and I want to correct that. But I've been seeing it on Instagram. He's a top athlete. He's a polite guy, you know. He's a family man. So there's nothing to hate about that because I'm the same kind of person. Other than that, though, it's still a fight. So when the bell rings, all those things are out the window, and I will be there to win.
As the second-ranked light heavyweight, a win at Glory 78 should ensure him a title opportunity against the winner of Pereira and Vahitov. Well, seventh-ranked heavyweight, the Hightower of Roszek from Poland, may have only 12 career wins, but 7 of those have come by knockout. But this, of course, is by far his toughest challenge ever in his short career as he goes up against the living legend in Badr Hari. Recently, Mark Schaff had a chance to sit down with the big fella.
Okay, Arkadiusz, you are going to fight Badr Hari on Glory 78. This is obviously one of the biggest fights in your career. How do you approach your fight against a legend?
You know, I think this fight will be bigger. It's gonna be bigger than any other fight in my future. You know, maybe even a fight with Rico for a belt won't be bigger for me. For me, this is the biggest fight. Can I imagine?
Is it difficult to fight against somebody whom you sort of look up to, but then again in the ring, it's war.
No.
You have to beat him.
I don't think it will be difficult because, you know, I don't have pressure. Maybe he feel pressure, I think, because he's Badr Hari. I'm normal guy from Warsaw. I'm not superstar, so he have to win. He must win. He don't think about lose. But for me, man, I will go. I'm gonna go to the ring. I will try to knock him out. That's it.
Do you think he underestimates you?
Underestimate?
Do you think he thinks lightly of you?
I hope no. I hope no. I told him 2 minutes ago, treat me seriously, because I want to fight with the best Badr Hari. You know, I think he will treat me seriously. He will try to knock me out in the first round. But you know, I'm warrior. I won't. You know what I mean. He won't knock me out.
Yeah. What does this fight mean in Poland to your Polish fans?
In Polish kickboxing, I think this is the biggest fight, and especially for my friends, for Legia supporters, they're really looking forward for it. I think I know they will come, the 100 of them will come here. Our friends from Den Haag will come. They are really excited.
Are you the one who's going to close the Badr Hari book?
If I win, and I will, yes, I think he should stop his career. And you know, fight with Badr Hari is my biggest dream, but finished his legend. Oh man. It will be the best things, I think.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man.
When we come back, whether you know him as the bad boy or the golden boy, Badr Hari returns.
You know, I fought a lot of tough guys. I fought Sammy Shield. He's like the father of all fathers, unbeatable. I knocked him out in a minute. I've seen strong guys. I fought Alistair Overeem. This guy is amazing, so strong. I knocked him out. I fought Ray Sefo. This guy is a legend, has a chin of steel. I knocked him out. When I win, a lot of things will change in the heavyweight division. Like I said, I want eternal glory. I want people to talk about me even when I'm gone.
Welcome back to the Glory 78 preview show. I'm Todd Grisham. The return of Badr Hari to the Glory ring is one of much anticipation. He'll admittingly tell you he's had a rough go of it lately, with a loss to Benjamin Adegbuyi at Glory 76 and the untimely injury after knocking down Rico Verhoeven twice at Collision 2. He makes no apologies or excuses, but come Glory 78, he has a determination and a desire to regain the legendary status he feels is rightfully his, as Mark Shaw found out when he sat down with Badr Hari.
Badr, we're very glad to have you back at Glory 78. You're going to fight Arkadiusz Rożek. How do you feel?
No, I feel good. I feel good, you know, after this big change in my career and in my training team, trainer, sparring partners, a lot of things changed. So yeah, I feel very comfortable and also very uncomfortable because a lot of things changed. But I think it was the best move for me to make at this point of my career.
Yeah, you lost against Benny. Did that set things in motion?
No, it was already there because, you know, I left Mike a couple of months when I fought, I think, Rico for the first time, I think, or the second.
Yeah, it was the second.
Was it the second? Yeah, so I left him then. And then I already was battling this choice that I wanted to make. I think the fight with Benny was really the last push I needed to see that things had to changed and handled differently. So,
how did you recover from that loss? Because you broke your nose, I guess. And
yeah, I recovered very well. I was, you know what it is. I don't see a loss as some. It's just something for that moment. You know, it doesn't tell you something about somebody, his career, or how his career will go after that fight. You know, and I'm not a guy who lost for the first time. So you have a lot of fighters that are doing well and they're doing good and they're unbeatable for a couple of years, and then they lose again, and it's over. You know, I recovered from losses a couple of times, and everybody knows how I come back from a loss, and so it didn't bother me for a long time. You know, it only set me on fire to work harder and be smarter, you know, in everything.
Yeah, and now you're working with Said for I think half a year or so. What changed?
The mindset changed. I think this is the most important thing, is that we really looking the same direction. You know, he's really motivated, he's really looking forward in improving himself, not only to me but also to all the fans, fight fans, and to show them that Badr is really the name that he is, you know, still is and will be. So it's really the mindset that changed everything.
Yeah, how is your mindset right now? Because you look really calm and collected. Even in the press conference, you were calm. You were in control.
Yeah, because I'm really prepared. You know, we are working really with a good game plan, and this is something that I missed for a long time with my old coach. You know, with Mike, we became too comfortable and we stopped working tactically on a lot of fights. We just went in there with the idea we are good, so we'll be good enough. And good enough doesn't make it anymore. You know, if you fight guys who are there and will do everything to beat you, you have to be very, very keen with your plan. You have to have a good strategic plan. You have to be very tactical. You work on your technical things, because that what you don't give water will die somewhere in time, you know. So, and that is what happened. But all is different now. You know, we work hard, we have a plan, we have a goal, we have a common goal, we have a common plan. And he really brings back the best in me. So I'm really thankful to work with him, and I'm really enjoying my sports again.
How much pressure is there on this fight? Because, you know, the public thinks you have to win. Because if you lose...
But I have to win. As simple as that.
Does it give you a lot of pressure?
No, because I have to win. You know, it's better for me to give me no option, because there is no option. So it makes me, it's less pressure, you know. Mm-hmm. The pressure comes when you have a lot of possibilities and a lot of things to think about. Then you're like, okay, maybe if. No, there is no if. I have to win, and that's it. We work hard. We put everything online. We do everything that we can. So the outcome should be winning, and this is the only outcome that will be.
Awesome. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
And good luck on the 4th. We'll see you.
Yes, thank you.
And now I welcome back in my broadcast colleague, Joseph Valtellini, the former Glory welterweight champion of the world. I didn't say that earlier, Joe. Sorry for the disrespect. Let's talk about Badr Hari. He looks like he's in incredible shape, as well as he gets set to take on that big Polish fighter in Wrzosek. What kind of fight are we going to see at Glory 78?
Well, I think based on the press conference, we saw a little humble Badr. This is a Badr Hari that can be very dangerous, and he found this new love for the sport, this new passion for training again. That's going to really show in this fight, but the humbleness of Badr is going to play heavily in his favor.
Don't know if I've ever heard the word humble and Badr in the same sentence. That's not his style, but on paper, this is a very winnable fight for Badr Hari, but his fans don't just want to see him win. They want violent knockouts. How much pressure is there on Badr to perform at Glory 78?
Well, I think there's a huge pressure on Badr. I mean, him coming back with Glory Kickboxing. He's had huge fights with Rico. Now at Ibui, he's fought Gershon. So this is a fight that people expect him to win and do well. But for me, it's Badr that's got to go in and be a little bit patient, set up those big knockouts. I mean, every fight you watch, Badr's first round is wild. For people who fight him, they try to bring Badr in the deeper waters into that second and third round. So expect Badr to go crazy and you know, very energetic in that first round. But I think it's crazy to say this about Badr, but this new team is going to bring back that real big technical side from Badr.
Because the state of the Glory heavyweight division right now is incredible. Benjamin Adegbuyi, as you mentioned, Jamal Ben Sadiq is coming back. Of course, Rico Verhoeven, the greatest heavyweight in Glory history, and the recent signing, Alistair Overeem. Where does Badr Hari fit right now in the heavyweight picture?
Badr has to really put on some good performances to crack, you know, those 2 shots again. And I know even a fight with Overeem would be perfect. They fought 2 times in the past. They're both exciting fights. So potentially, you know, a Badr Overeem fight would be fantastic.
Yeah, but first things first, it's Badr Hari versus Roshek at Glory 78. Joe, I can't wait to call it with you. I'll see you over in the Netherlands.
Stick around. When we return, Bazooka Joe and I talk more about Alistair Overeem and his next opponent, the king of kickboxing, Rico Verhoeven.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now.
The newest member of the Glory roster.
If it's up to me, I would go for the title. So that's Rico.
Alistair, you know, he's been there in the K1 days, but these are the Glory days. And I'm the Glory King.
If I see him in the streets, we fight 100 times. I will mess him up 100 times.
Alistair, if you want something, come to Glory.
And we welcome back in Joseph Valtellini. It's coming at the Helladome October 23rd, just announced. Alistair Overeem versus Rico Verhoeven for the Glory Heavyweight Championship. Your thoughts, Joe?
And you got to think, Alistair's bringing in one of the most decorated sports athletes. I mean, he's got almost world titles in every big kickboxing and MMA organization. So that's why it makes it so exciting for his return. Some of his fights he's had in the past, you know, he's fought Reby Bonyaski, he's fought Peter Aerts twice, he's fought Gokhan Saki. So that's someone who's fought the highest level, you know, before transitioning to MMA. So when you talk about right now the biggest names in kickboxing, it's Badr, Rico, you know, Alistair Overeem now, and guys like Benjamin Adegbuyi putting their name in the mix. So to put him against our heavyweight champion is the perfect fight. Massive for all combat sports fans.
Yeah, but he's been dialed in with MMA for about a decade, Joe. Now he comes back to kickboxing, and you're facing the heavyweight champion of the world. What does he need to do right now to get ready for that fight?
Well, he needs to get back into the bigger gloves. I mean, one of the things that you realize with mixed martial arts is the small glove, it changes defense and it changes range. So he's got to understand, you know, the differences again. I think it's like riding a bike for Overeem. He's done it so much in the past, you know. He grew up with kickboxing. So I think it's just going to be something where once he gets back in the gym, he gets his regular sparring, he's going to pick it up just where he left off.
Well, Joe, fans around the world, especially in Holland, have been clamoring for Alistair Overeem to get back into kickboxing, especially Rico Verhoeven. He's mentioned fighting Overeem, and he gets the chance October 23rd. What would your advice be to Rico as he faces a man making the switch from MMA back to kickboxing?
Well, for Rico, just keep doing you, and I think that's what his biggest success is. He's not trying to change things. He sticks to his strong basics. He's got good power, and he's the king of kickboxing for a reason, you know? He's so consistent, he's so technical, so I think his pressure, staying in the pocket with good defense, his low kicks are going to be a big factor in this fight, but Overeem's got power. And you got to remember, in Overeem's, you know, last few fights, he fought someone like Francis Ngannou, known as one of the biggest punchers in the world right now. So I feel that he's ready for Rico, but Rico's stay true to yourself, stay clean kickboxing, and I think he'll be able to get the job done.
So it's Overeem versus Rico at the Helladome. What a night that is going to be, October 23rd. I'll see you there, Joe.
We'll see you there, buddy.
But first things first, it's Glory 78. We start with the Glory Superfight series, where 2 title bouts will be on the line. We open with 2 lightweight bouts. Mohammed Hendouf takes on Manuel Robson Minoto, followed by Israel's Itay Gershon versus Guerric Billet of France. Then 2 highly anticipated title bouts. Tyjani Beztati taking on Elvis Gashi of the United States for the lightweight title. Then it's Yousri Belgaroui versus Donovan Wisse for the middleweight crown. That will be followed by 7 fights, including a rematch for the light heavyweight title and the return of Badr Hari. And that's followed by heavyweight action with Nordine Mehedin versus Raul Cantinas, making his Glory debut. Then another contender bout, this time in the light heavyweight division, as second-ranked Luis Tavares battles Felipe Micheletti. Then 2 more heavyweight bouts, with Levi Richters taking on Tomas Mosny, followed by Tariq Kababez versus Antonio Plazabot. The co-main event is a rematch from Glory 77, when Alex Pereira won a controversial split decision over then-champ Artem Vahitov. This fight is sure to have fireworks and is the most anticipated Glory light heavyweight title fight of all time. And finally, the main event, featuring the return of Badr Hari, who's looking to get back to his old form that made him a K1 champion and a knockout machine. He takes on an underdog that's not to be overlooked, the big, strong Polish Wrzosek. Today, Glory is excited to announce its launch of a new streaming platform now available at gloryfights.com. Glory fans around the world will now be able to watch live pay-per-view events via the new streaming platform, starting with Glory 78 on September 4th. Fans must purchase the Glory 78 pay-per-view at gloryfights.com. It's the only place they can buy it globally. The Glory 78 Superfight series will be available for free on gloryfights.com. The streaming platform is Chromecast and Apple Play supported. Well, that will do it for the Glory 78 preview show. Please join myself, Bazooka Joe, Mark Schaff, and Remy Bonyaski in what's certain to be a night you won't soon forget. For now, I'm Todd Grisham, and I'll see you at Glory 78.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. And we welcome you live inside the Ahoy in Rotterdam, the Netherlands, as we are counting down the minutes towards Glory 78 live and exclusively on pay-per-view. Right now, you can order on Glory's new streaming platform, gloryfights.com. That's the only way to see it. It's available for 19.99 euros, or in the United States, it's 24.99. You can see in the clock in the upper corner of your screen. The pay-per-view begins in 2 hours and 16 minutes and 38 seconds. That's how precise things are. Hi, I'm Todd Grisham alongside the former Glory welterweight champion of the world, Bazooka Joe, Joseph Valtellini. We're back in the Netherlands. We're back in front of a live audience. How do you feel?
Well, it feels good. I've been locked down in Canada, so to be here out of quarantine and seeing live kickboxing again, that is the most exciting thing in the world for me. So I'm happy to be here next to you, my man.
And there's nothing quite as exciting as a Badr Hari fight. He is back, trying to bounce back after that loss to Benjamin Adegbuyi. A fantastic fight where he knocked Adegbuyi down in round 2 and then got stopped himself in the 3rd round. What do you expect from the baddest tonight?
Well, the baddest Badr Hari is going to put on a Badr Hari performance. They're always exciting. Whether he wins or loses, he's always going to put everything he has out. He's going for the knockouts. It's kill or be killed for Badr Hari.
As for his opponent, Arek Wrzosek, what kind of force will he be facing in that Polish Hightower?
Well, the Polish Hightower is very good. He's technical, good combinations, and uses low kicks really well. But when you fight Badr, that first round is the most terrifying thing in the world. He comes with a lot of power, explosive counters. So for Wrzosek, it's stay defensive, and as the fight goes on, I think it goes more advantages for him.
For more perspective on tonight's main event, let's say backstage, there's Mark Schaff with Remy Bonyaski. Hello, gentlemen.
Hi, guys. good to see you. Yeah, we have a fantastic night. It's so great to be back. We have a fantastic fight card with, of course, that headliner, Badr Hari against Arkadiusz Rozek. And I am here with the three-time K1 world champion, Remy Bujaski, who fought Badr Hari twice.
Yeah, I fought him twice. He's a skilled fighter, talented fighter, very strong. And, you know, the last couple of years I've seen him fighting. Well, some of these fights didn't went good, but he's still strong. He's still Badr. And when Badr hits, he hits hard.
Yeah, you know him from back in the days, and you've seen him the last week. He says he is in his best shape ever.
Wow.
Do you think it's true?
Well, I hope he is in the shape that he was when he fought me the second time. Then he was at his best. And I hope that he's in that shape, because then he's going to be good. Then he's going to be real good. And then he will win from Rozek. But if he's not, he will lose the fight.
Awesome. So we need a shot, Badr Hari. Back to you, Todd and Joe.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Joe, so how much of it, the legacy of Badr Hari is on the line tonight?
Well, I think it's always on the line for him because he was such a big name so many years ago. You got to think he was the biggest star when he was 18 years old. He's in his mid-30s now, so he's been at the top of the world for so long, and he's still doing it and fighting the best. So I think anytime he fights, it's on the line. So, yeah, he's got to put out a big performance for us to keep cheering him on.
Well, in the build-up towards Glory 78, Glory Kickboxing partnered with Badr Hari to put together a series of documentaries. Here's the best of the best. Right now, it's Badr Hari Legacy.
I've been in this game for a long time, for 20 years or more. I've been in the top position for like almost 15 years, and every day I'm still learning. You know, I'm trying to get better, trying to make the sport better, and this is for me is very important because kickboxing is what I love. This is my passion, and I want to make it better and better, and I'm still trying to build it. So people will never stop training and competing in kickboxing. This is my legacy. When I finish, I want to leave it on a higher platform than when I started it. So yeah, this is my main goal. So the lesson is I want to give it to the next era, but I want to give it in an amazing form. What changed is I have a new trainer. I train now in SB Gym with Said. He's a new kickbox trainer. He brings a lot of motivation, a lot of eager. He's really here to still make me better and progress more. He works a lot on tactics, and this is something that's been missing the last couple of years with my old trainer. And this is what he has very specifically. He's a very tactical trainer, and he works a lot on basics. So I think this is the biggest change that I made.
I think it was at that period I had a lot of fighters fighting, you know, and I think at that period I didn't can give him the all intention, and he needed for that fight. It was a very big fight, a very important fight. But at that period I had a lot of other fighters, and I can't focus 100% on him. And I think now is the moment that I can focus on this fight.
work.
Because in Morocco there are a lot of fans, you know, because we have a lot of, it's not only, you know, when Badr fight, he not only fight for himself, he fight for a lot of people who has, they have nothing in life, you know. He gives them something to fight for in life, and I know he had not a very easy life, and he worked very hard to came where he is now. And I think he gave a lot of youth, a lot of Moroccan youth, but also a lot of youth in the whole world to fight for something, you know. So.
Yeah, I cannot tell you, this is my life. You know, after my last fight, I really was like a wake-up call. I was like, wow, I really need those guys. You know, sometimes you forget how much strength the real supporters give you, you know. You really forget, because it gets like normal, you know. But in my last fight, it was the first time I was really lonely. I was like, wow.
Professional record of 106 wins, 14 losses, 92 by knockout. His height, 6.6 feet and 198 centimeters long. His weight is 241 pounds and 109.3 kilograms. Representing Morocco and former K1 heavyweight champion, ladies and gentlemen, make way for the general of the Badr Army, introducing Badr.
I miss my supporters, you know, I miss my fans, you know, I miss them all, you know, these guys are like, you know, this, yeah man, I really miss them, so.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Glory main event of the night. He is
has a fan base.
You know, nobody can tell me I go in that ring, I am not afraid. This is bullshit, you know. We are all humans, we have this feeling, but it's the way you handle this feeling that makes you different, you know. We are all afraid, but what do you do with this afraid? You know, you stop, you give up, or you fight, you know. There are many ways to deal with this emotion, so.
Tijd geven dat hij weet, dit is wat gebeurt, hij is daar, dus moet ik mee. En dan ga je weer terug. Maar niet nu wordt het een soort van automatisme in je training. Dat wil je eigenlijk niet. Dus je wil het hier niet te vaak gaan doen, maar dan ga je die wedstrijden ga je straks. En je ziet je belt die gast al op weg bent.
This fight, is this for you, is it a step? Because I know the belt is still on your mind, right?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, is this fight, is it a step closer to getting to...
I think every win is a step closer.
Yeah. But is this like you have like a roadmap put out for yourself with this fight?
I think this is a roadmap that we have to speak about with Glory, you know, because I'm not the one making decisions. I would love to, but I'm not. So yeah, it's something that the organization has to look at. You know, I'm just here to win my fight and see what happens, and it's up to them. You know, I'm in service of Glory, so let's see what they say. And yeah, of course, the belt is on my mind. It's a big fight for me because you know, I had some bad years. You know, I'm 36. I'm very young still. You know, I'm in a great shape. I'm stronger than everybody in the gym, faster. I got more stamina. I'm better in everything. So, but I was just too unlucky this last year. But maybe it's also because my mind was not on it. You know, the last year was very hectic. Like I said, I was sick. I got twins. You know, the pandemics. I got a lot of things going on. But like I said, you know, no excuses. You know, this is just a story of my life. So you choose to fight, so you choose to win, or you choose to lose. So, you know, this it just happens. I'm very hungry again. You know, he's been knowing me for a long time. He knows my good spots. You know, he knows my weaknesses. I don't have a lot, but some, and he just works on them very well. You know, basics, and a lot of things are gonna be different. I think it's a very important fight. You know, for me, I think he's a very talented fighter. You cannot underestimate him. So, but yeah, I'm gonna be in the best shape of my life. So it's gonna be a hard fight for him. I think, you know, he fights against me, so this is the chance of his life. So he will be prepared as good as possible. And me also, for me, is also a very big fight, this one. So yeah, I got a lot to do, but you know, I put in the work. So I'm gonna be ready.
And we welcome you back inside the Ahoy Arena as we count down the minutes towards Glory 78. Todd Grisham alongside Joseph Valtellini. And from watching that documentary, it almost felt like it was a new, kindler, gentler Badr Hari. Did you sense that?
Yeah, his loss to Adik Boui kind of made him humble a little bit. He was very respectful, talking positive about Vashosek, you know, changing team, a lot of finding his love for kickboxing. But then yesterday happened.
Yesterday happened, and the old Badr raised his head again. Let's take you back to the final stare down at yesterday's weigh-in between Badr Hari and Arik Vajosik. And with that, we get you set for tonight's pay-per-view. The only way to see it is on our new streaming platform, gloryfights.com. 19.99 euros or 24.99 in the United States. That is about 2 hours away. As for us, coming up next, it's the Superfight series, live and free, 4 fights, including 2 world title fights. The Glory Superfight series starts right now.
Glory brings the Superfight series back to Rotterdam. We've got 2 world titles on the line. 5 rounds for the interim middleweight championship.
High kick from Donovan Wisse out of nowhere, and there's another body shot right to the ribcage.
5 rounds for the lightweight championship of the world.
What a headshot from Beztati. It's got to be over, and it is.
Glory's lightweight division.
Output is just insane.
A spinning high kick, and he's done it. Uppercut, see you later.
Rotterdam Ahoy, are you ready for glory?
We are live in the Mecca of kickboxing, the Netherlands, about 60 miles west of Amsterdam. We're in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. More specifically, we are at the Ahoy Arena. COVID-reduced attendance tonight. We expect, though, a jam-packed house for the return of the baddest, Badr Hari, as he squares off against the Polish Hightower, Arek Vajosik. That pay-per-view starts about 2 hours from now. First things first, it's the Glory Superfight Series, and are on camera to introduce the former Glory welterweight champion of the world, Joseph Valtellini. We got crowd back. Yep. We're back in the Netherlands. Should be a good night.
Well, it feels good to be back. I mean, last time we weren't here live, but live kickboxing is the best thing in the world. The sound of these guys hitting, the low kick smacking. So being live is the best place to be.
And we've got 4 fights on the Glory Superfight Series, including 2 world title fights. What? What are we doing here? Donovan Wisse and Yousri Belgaroui for the middleweight championship. Tyjani Beztati, only 23, squaring off against American Elvis Gashi for the lightweight world championship. And 2 fantastic fights to get the card started, which we'll talk about momentarily. But the big-name fighters have entered the building. There, Joe, is Donovan Wisse.
Yep, Vissa's got a big opportunity. This is a rematch against Belgaroui, so here he comes in now. Belgaroui looking for revenge and wants that world title. It's his 3rd crack at a world title.
And a rematch with Wisse. There's Tyjani Beztati, the 23-year-old Moroccan, who gets his 3rd world title shot, promising to cash in, but it won't be easy against the uber-aggressive Elvis Super Gashi. And let's focus in on that lightweight world championship. Elvis Gashi fighting out in New York by way of Albania. He's the number 3 ranked lightweight in the world, but he's facing off against a man that's much taller and much longer.
Yeah, both guys have great professional records, both, you know, very talented and technical, and you can see how long and technical Tyjani is. He's got good use of his hands, and he mixes things well with his kicks and his knees as well. So dangerous, so long, and he just keeps getting better. As Todd just mentioned, only 23 years old.
Beztati promises tonight will be his night as he seeks his 1st world title.
Well, that means a lot, you know. It means not only everything to me, but also especially for the young people in Amsterdam, the Netherlands, in Suriname, you know, because that's also my heritage, and in Morocco as well.
As for Elvis Super Gashi, we know exactly what he's going to do tonight.
Southpaw power. He comes forward and he looks to land all those left side attacks. You see him loading up that left hand. He's got good kicks, and you've seen him put people out with some nasty body kicks as well. Just straight power, straight left kick, non-stop action from Gashi.
Can Elvis Gashi get the job done? He knows how important tonight is.
I just became a father, so I'm married. I have 2 boys, twins. 6 months ago they were born, Noir and Narik, so it's gonna be great to send the belt to my family, you know. I'll be the first Albanian champion Glory.
So a massive moment for those 2 fighters. The same can be said about Donovan Wisse and Yousri Belgaroui. This is a rematch, Joe, but much more on the line tonight.
Yeah, in the first fight, you know, Belgaroui kind of took it a little bit easy, but he has the most experience. He's taller, so he wants to use that to his advantage. When you see Belgaroui fight, it's about long punches, but as you close distance, he's got some of the nastiest knees. He's got to watch, you know, when Wisse comes in, he's got to be careful from those big knees coming up the middle.
Belgaroui telling us, sure, he lost the first fight, but the rematch will be a completely different story with the title on the line.
It's my work ethic, my mental game, my physical game. Everything has evolved, and I feel that I'm literally coming into my prime. I am in my prime right now. The feedback I'll be getting from sparring sessions, the feedback I'll be getting from training, everything, you know, I feel it's coming.
What makes Donovan Wisse so good?
Well, I think he's so young and just so confident. His ability to come forward, move his head, use counter punches, and then when he touches you, he just has good knockout power. And we've seen him, once he beat the Belgarouis, the Jason Wilnesses, we knew he was ready for these bigger fights.
Well, he's already beaten Belgaroui once, but he knows tonight it'll take a much stronger effort to do it again.
The world titles, the goal, the dream, it's here, you know?
give me your thoughts on what it would mean to you to win that belt. And I mean, you got to think, Suriname has some of the greatest fighters in the world, and you put your name on that list.
Of course, it's gonna be a great feeling. You know, I dreamed about it. I dream about it every day. The feeling I was going to feel, what I'm going to do. But Saturday must be a great day for me, and I'm gonna show you guys that I belong. I'll be the world champion.
You know, for the first fight, Yousri Belgaroui came down the ramp, was mean, mugging Wisse, tried to intimidate him. It didn't work out so well. Tonight he promises a different strategy. What's the fight going to look like?
Well, I think it's Belgaroui trying to stay long because he's the taller fighter, and we know Wisse needs to come forward. So I think it's Belgaroui trying to catch him coming in. But what we've seen with Wisse, his combinations, his powers, mixing levels, his kicks can come to low, to high. It's very unpredictable. So crashing distance is going to be the key in this fight.
All right, let's get a different perspective now as we sit it backstage for the first time. There's Mark Schaff with the legend himself, Remy Bonyaski.
Ah, I thought you were talking about me. I'm sorry. Yeah, as you already shown us, we have a great fight card on the Superfight series, including those 2 title fights, Remy. Give us your thoughts about the lightweight title fight.
The lightweight title fight between Beztati and Gashi is a great fight, a great matchup. I believe that Tyjani is skillful, good with his hands, good with his legs, also good with his combination. And Gashi, I hope he's fit. I hope he's ready to rock, because he's going to get it if he's not.
Yeah, and then we have that rematch between Yousri Belgaroui and Donovan Wisse. That's going to be a match, man.
Wow, I'm looking forward to that fight. 2 great fighters. They're both skillful, and I don't know what it is, but I think Wisse is ready to rock. And Belgaroui, he done some MMA. He done some MMA the last 1.5 years. So I think he's also ready. They're both fit. We're going to see tonight what's going to happen.
Any predictions?
Well, I don't want to make enemies, but
no predictions tonight.
Okay.
Back to you guys.
You let him off the hook, Mark. What are you doing? He was going to give it to us. You let him off the hook. I think he believes Elvis Gashi's in for a tough time tonight, but never count out the Albanian American. The only way to purchase tonight's pay-per-view is on gloryfights.com. It's the new home for all Glory pay-per-view events. Don't lose out on the return of Badr Hari and what many are calling Glory's greatest ever light heavyweight title rematch between Pereira and Artem Vahitov. Just €19.99 or $24.99 US dollars. Without further ado, let's get the Glory Super Fight series started.
While the world waited, kickboxing's brightest talent continued to sharpen their skills and prepare themselves for a return to the sport's biggest stage, where tonight the vacant lightweight belt is up for grabs, and the quest to be the best middleweight in the world will be settled here tonight in the Glory Super Fight Series. All of our bouts tonight sanctioned by Fight Sports Organization of the Netherlands. Rotterdam ahoy! Are you ready for glory? We begin in the lightweight division and about scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. He puts his training practices with a Glory champion to the test tonight. Please welcome Manuel Robson.
His nickname is Minoto, but Alex Pereira, the current light heavyweight champion of the world, gave this guy a nickname, Baby Poetan, which basically means Baby Alex Pereira. That's a lot to live up to.
Yeah, I mean, speaking to his team, I mean, they're just so confident in him that he has so much potential. And watching, you know, his previous fights coming into Glory, and I have to agree, very technical, very sharp technique, and he can do everything really well. He's got good hands, nice low kicks,
good knees on the inside, and a lot of his fighting strategy would be similar to what I would do, you know, get inside, chop the legs, and once the legs are hurt, he likes to go inside and finish with the hands.
And he's got a lot of power, 21 wins, 15 by knockouts. That's a 71% knockout ratio as he walks the walk for the first time at Glory Kickboxing. Joe, what do you expect from him tonight?
Well, I think it's a clean performance, but a clean performance against Hendouf's difficult because of that output in volume. So I think Minoto's gonna have to try to use some power to try to slow down Hendouf. He has that ability to kind of be a point fighter and stick to power. So I think the ability to adapt tonight's gonna be a key.
He took a split decision win over Guerric in his debut in Lyon at Glory 70. Here comes Mohammed Hendouf.
Yeah, Joe, they are not giving Minoto an easy fight to ease into Glory at all. Mohammed Hendouf can bring the goods. Just ask welterweight champion Cedric Dubé, who is a frequent sparring partner of Hendouf. He says this guy has the best gas tank of anyone I've ever met.
Yeah, and this is his third fight in Glory, and his previous 2 fights were insane. He did not stop, just keeps going forward from round 1 to round 3. It's just a crazy amount of output coming from the punches, the kicks, the knees, and he creates nice little angles as well. So I still think he needs to stay technical and respect the power of Minoto, but I think this is a good fight for Hendouf to get back on his winning ways.
Fighting out of Brussels, Belgium by way of Morocco, he is Mohammed Hendouf. And here is our tail of the tape for our opener here on the Glory Superfight Series. It is a lightweight showdown. Hendouf, 5'11", that's 4 inches taller than his Brazilian counterpart. He will also have a 4-inch reach advantage.
When it comes to professional experience, you know, a big edge going to Mohammed Hendouf. But as we talk about that power, that baby Poetan power with a 71% KO ratio for Minoto.
The rules for tonight, 3 rounds, 3 minutes each. Punches, kicks, and knees are the legal strikes. 3 knockdowns in a round or 4 in the fight results in a TKO.
Tonight's bouts are going to be scored using the following criteria, starting with knockdowns, followed by damage inflicted, followed by number of clean scoring strikes first with spectacular techniques, followed by normal scoring techniques. Finally, if there's no clear advantage, judges look for aggression.
We do have open scoring tonight. 5 judges score the fight on the 10-point must system. Additional points are deducted for knockdowns or rule violations.
We are once again scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in Glory's lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. This black belt comes with a 71% knockout ratio as a lightweight. His professional record, 21 wins with just 5 losses. 15 of those 21 wins have come by way of knockout. Standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, 1.74 meters. He weighed in at 154.1 pounds, 69.9 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Manuel Minoto Robson. Here now is his opponent, fighting out of the white corner, a 2019 Netherlands 8-man tournament winner. As a professional, 36 wins, 7 losses, 1 bout scored even, and 8 career knockouts. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, 1.80 meters, and he weighed in at fight time at 154.3 pounds and even 70 kilos. Fighting tonight out of Morocco, he is Mohammed Hendouf. And your referee in charge of this contest, Yosef Akni.
Fighters, you know the rules. I want a clear and fair fight, okay? Obey the commands at all time, protect yourself at all time. Clear? Touch gloves.
Minoto's so excited to fight, he forgot to take his shirt off. This should be a banger right out of the gate. Minoto wanting to impress in his Glory debut, and Hendouf will fight like he always does. Non-stop action. Round 1 scheduled for 3. Minoto Robson in the red, Mohammed Hendouf in the black. Nice kick to the body there for Minoto to start things.
Yeah, I think Minoto's going to have to show some of his power to kind of slow that Hendouf output. So I think that's going to be a key for Minoto.
High kick just missing for Minoto. Alex Pereira would normally be in his corner, but since he's fighting later tonight, he's backstage. But he did tell us, yes, I expect Minoto to win. I expect him to become a champion because I created him. Nice left hook to the body by the Brazilian.
Yeah, you can see how already he's got very technical boxing with good power kicks. So it's almost like he's a boxer upstairs, but he's got Muay Thai legs, you know? It kind of gives him that nice balance for kickboxing.
Both fighters appear to be in phenomenal condition.
Speaking to Hendouf for this fight, he knows that everyone knows he's got that output, that good gas tank, but preparing for this fight, he wants to show a little bit more power. He knows that sometimes the output isn't enough. You need to start hurting your opponent, so power helps.
His last fight was against another Brazilian, Bruno Gazzani. He felt oh, nice right hand by Hendouf, and that backs the Brazilian up.
And I like that one-for-one kicks, body kick versus low kick.
He lost that fight by split decision, felt he should have performed better. He said, listen, that guy's one-dimensional, I should have beat him. But he didn't, vows not to make the mistake again tonight.
Minoto talks a lot about using the low kicks, but tonight he's really liking those arm kicks. There's the mix-up to the legs.
Already some redness on the body of Hendouf, above the left eye and on the body, but that won't slow him down. Nice flurry there from the Moroccan.
Oh!
Hand, and down goes Minoto!
1,
that's slipping
2,
right, baby.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So a huge wake-up call. Can Robson answer it? Flying knee attempt, cut of the pass by Minoto. But Hendouf unloading upstairs.
He's taking little angles, punching, cutting down shots.
Break! Step back.
Those angle changes in the punches for Hendouf is what got him that knockdown.
Yeah, Minoto in all kinds of trouble. 30 seconds to go still here in round 1.
Minoto needs to be careful when he's shelled up like that. If anything, he's got to quickly try to grab a clincher because he's eating a lot of big shots when he's shelled up like that.
And Hendouf will keep throwing bombs. He does not get tired.
You see what Hendouf does. He comes forward with a nice high guard, and then when he anticipates the counter, he moves his head and rips the punch. That's like that. Well done.
Stop!
And that will do it for an entertaining round 1 that saw Minoto Robson go to the canvas.
It was a fun little first round. You know, Minoto started strong, but then Hendouf found that shot. Watch this little angle change with the head, came over with the right hand. That's textbook slip and rip knockdown right there. Beautiful.
Tá parando muito na frente dele, é o que não pode fazer. Cai pra dentro e clincha, pô. Ou bate o joelho. Vamos chutar a perna dele, que ele tá deixando a perna pra chutar, tá? Olha a garganta, não, tá bom, pô. Só aquela mãozinha, mas tranquilo. Vamos correr atrás, nós vamos ganhar mais dois rounds agora, beleza?
You saw a small cut opening over the left eye of Hendouf, as Minoto's got a lot of work to do, Joe.
Yep, here he's kind of mixing his combinations now, going punch to kick.
Oh! He sits him down! How about that for a momentum swing?
3,
unbelievable.
4, 5, 6, 7, hands up, 8.
Fight! Minoto goes down in round 1, Hendouf down in round 2. What a start to tonight's festivities. All 5 judges giving round 1 10-8 to Hendouf, who's firing back again.
Yeah, Hendouf's got to counter back with those punches just like that. I think when Hendouf's waiting too long, you know, that's when Minoto picks up the momentum. So if Hendouf's got to be first.
Hendouf has never been in a boring fight, Joe.
No, not at all. With that volume and that pressure. And honestly, after watching Minoto's, you know, pre-fights before Glory and now, I don't think he's been in any boring ones either. They're just waiting to unload those big power punches.
Hendouf doing all his damage with the boxing. That one landed as well.
Yeah, both gentlemen are going nice rips to the body, and that's probably what's setting up those big head punches. Invest in the body.
Downstairs with a low kick from Hendouf. Good left hook from Minoto.
Break! Step back, break! No action after the break. Fight!
Spinning back fist blocked there by Minoto.
Yeah, Minoto's trying to crash the distance with his knees, which is a good strategy. But here comes that Hendouf pressure that makes him so scary.
Oh, big right hand connecting from Minoto. Right as Hendouf was about to throw one of his own.
Yeah, it's that right hand from Hendouf that's doing most of the work for him.
Both men trying to land those flying knees.
Yeah, this is a better strategy for Minoto, though, to kind of crash that distance. When he's fighting backwards, that's when Hendouf's doing well, like staying off these ropes, and here using his clinch would be a good strategy for him now.
Minoto seems to feel that he can go punch for punch with Hendouf.
Step back.
He showed in the beginning of the round that he got that knockdown that he can. Probably gave him a little bit more confidence, but seems like maybe a little bit of fatigue now from that constant pressure from Hendouf.
And look at these exchanges from Hendouf. Just letting his fists fly, and Minoto can't answer back.
And I like those chopping shots from Hendouf, just like that. Cut down on that right hand. Then he's mixing the uppercut.
Good round, and what a way to start the night. I'm not sure that'll be a 10-8 round, Joe. Normally would be, but Hendouf may have won it after that knockdown.
Yeah, you would think so. I mean, but remember the scoring criteria. You can't, you know, lose that round. So, yeah, it could possibly be a 10-9. But that quick little power, invest in the body, come back upstairs. That was a nice little combination with the hands.
It was a left, almost an uppercut.
Yeah, it kind of slipped under the hands. This is where Hendouf wanted to keep Minoto away with a front kick. But you can see that distance crash from the Brazilian.
And here's at the end of the round where Hendouf just decided, I'm gonna just go for it.
Yeah, and that's it. When you have a fighter shelled up against the ropes like that, you can see Minoto's in no ability to really counter too much. So good job on Hendouf on sensing that.
And even if he's blocking most of those punches, the judges still see that activity, and sometimes you think a punch lands when it didn't.
But even defending your head like that, even if they get blocked, it still rattles your head a lot. So, I mean, you can still knock someone out that way.
A fantastic encounter, and it all boils down to this final 3 minutes. Who you got, Joe?
Well, I think Hendouf looks like obviously the more fresher fighter going into this round.
And that is a push. But you can see Minoto wins round 2, 10-8 on all 5 scorecards, so it's all squared at 18. Whoever wins the next 3 minutes wins the fight.
Hendouf just landed a nice front kick to the face. I don't think Minoto liked that one too much. That's one of the worst strikes to take.
Total strikes, Hendouf, 57 landed, 74 for Minoto.
Yeah, it looks like, based on the strikes, that Minoto's the busier fighter. But right now, it looks like Hendouf's the fresher.
Oh, nice question mark kick there for Hendouf. Minoto has to get going.
Yeah, he's waiting a little too long with the fatigue. You know, he's been rocked. And we know Hendouf's not going to stop.
Minoto wants to land the right hand. He keeps setting it up. There was a digging right hand to the body. As Hendouf glances up, blood continues to trickle out of the cut.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to rip your shot.
A body shot sends Minoto down for a second time. He's gasping for air.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You okay? Okay?
He's up.
9, 10.
And they waved it off. They have waved it off. What a performance from Mohammed Hendouf.
And already the Moroccans in here are going crazy for him. Beautiful performance. The way, how technical he was, the way he mixed it up. Body punches, head punches, good kicks. Fantastic performance from Hendouf. And to get that finish, he said he worked his power, and it showed.
Hendouf was not happy with the judging in his last fight. He promised to take it out of their hands, and boy, did he ever. 2 knockdowns of Minoto Robson does the trick as Hendouf picks up his second Glory win.
You could see how technical the fight was to start, but as the third round went, Hendouf's combinations, his pressure started to add up, and that investment in the body got him this finish. Uppercut, touch to the body, perfectly set up. That right uppercut, left hook combination is one of the best.
It looked like Hendouf didn't put a lot of power into that left hook, but it landed perfectly on the liver.
Yeah, once you touch the liver, it doesn't need a lot of power. You know, the right placement is everything for it. It's the shutdown button.
Shades of Giga.
Emergency shutdown. Boom.
Shades of Giga Chikadze, a former Glory kickboxer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a start it has been tonight, and trust me, it's only going to get better as we count down the minutes to Glory 78. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now. Let's take a look at our highlights from this rousing opener between Hendouf and Minoto.
Yeah, that first round was a fun round. We saw Hendouf do some work with that overhand right, slipped his head off beautifully. But then we saw Minoto come back, land a good knockdown himself with that nice little left hook. And those first 2 rounds were tied up going into that third round. But you can see this was the end of the second when Hendouf went off.
He's a buzzsaw.
He just doesn't stop. We call him the Energizer Bunny. But this third round, you saw that Hendouf was the fresher fighter, put the pressure on, mixed his kicks and punches well, and then got that knockdown. I mean, head-to-head, close range, that right uppercut, left hook to the body is just one of the textbook close-range finishes to the body.
You said Minoto had to get inside on Hendouf, and yet it was Hendouf who won that inside boxing battle and put the Brazilian down in his Glory debut. Here are the final strike count numbers. And Joe, Hendouf, 143 total strikes thrown.
Yeah, that volume's going to be dangerous for anybody he fights. The only way to stop him is you got to knock him out.
Let's make it official with Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee, Yusuf Akni, has waved this contest off with an official time of 1 minute, 30 seconds of that third and final round, ending this one by technical knockout. For your winner, Mohammed Hendouf.
Mark Schaff is with our winner.
I am here with your winner, Mohammed Hendouf. That was a spectacular match. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
Il a dit ouais, je suis là avec Mohammed Hendouf. C'était un combat spectaculaire. Tes impressions sur le combat. Qu'est-ce que tu as pensé du combat?
Tout d'abord, je suis super content de boxer au Glory. La reprise était longue. J'ai pas boxé depuis 17 mois. C'est la reprise, donc ça fait super plaisir. Ça fait plaisir de retrouver le ring et voilà.
He said first of all, he said that first of all he is glad to be back because he did not fight for 17 months right now, and he is glad to be back to business. Yeah.
All right. Well, you had a wonderful performance. Thank you so much. Give it up for Mohammed Hendouf. Yeah.
So is this the forebearer of things to come, Joe? Not so much will Morocco win in the main event with Badr Hari, but will Alex Pereira his Brazilian trainer win tonight against Artem Bahitov.
Well, I mean, I hope all the fights continue this way. I mean, but it's a good start for the Moroccans tonight, that's for sure.
Well, still to come tonight, Tyjani Beztati may be the best kickboxer in the world under 25, but is he ready to be a world champion? He gets his shot next, and his opponent will be ready to rock. He'll have all of Albania behind him. This New York-based fighter has vowed to walk Tyjani down and knock him out and win the lightweight title. That, of course, is Elvis Gashi. But coming up next, a crossroads fight in the lightweight division. Israel's Itay Gershon has shown great technical ability with a nasty streak, and he'll need it against France's Billet, who believes his time is now as he searches for a fourth Glory win, which would probably put him in title contention. That's up next. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now.
Our next bout this evening also scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in Glory's lightweight division. He's coming off a unanimous decision win in Utrecht at Glory 75. Make him feel welcome. Here is Guerric Billet.
Guerric Billet, only 24 years old, and Joe, speaking with him yesterday, we've never seen him this confident. He's usually quiet, reserved, but he says, listen, you've only seen me at 70%. Tonight, you'll see me at 100.
Yeah, I mean, every time he fights, I tend to say it that he's one of my favorite fighters to watch in the upcoming group of fighters in Glory. He fights hard, he fights forward, he's got some nasty combinations, good low kicks, and he's just ready to scrap anyone, anytime.
He won his first 3 Glory starts, all in New York City. Please welcome Itay Gershon.
Is this Little Richard?
I believe so.
Wow, never heard that before. Whatever it takes to get your motor running, and Itay Gershon's motor is usually winning. He's won 4 out of his 5 Glory fights, Joe, and you know how talented he is.
Oh yeah, he's not only talented, but he's explosive, he's tricky, and he's constantly getting better. He's hungry, he fights both stances, and you're just gonna see a lot of spin and flying attacks from an exciting fighter.
Let's take a look at our tail of the tape. Lightweight division, 154 pounds, 70 kilograms. Both men in their 20s. Billet with a slight height advantage, although it's the Israeli Itay Gershon who has a slight reach advantage, 73 inches to 72.
Professional experience, the younger Billet has 36 fights to 22 of Itay Gershon. But like I said, power and explosiveness, you know, is equal in both guys, but according to record, Billet has the advantage when it comes to knockouts.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in Glory's lightweight division. Introducing first, standing on my right and fighting out of the black corner. He is a French national champion and a karate black belt. His professional record, 32 wins with 4 losses, 14 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, 1.80 meters, he weighed in at 153.7 pounds, 69.7 kilograms. Fighting out of Burgundy, France, ranked number 10 in the Glory World Rankings. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Guerric Billet. Here now is his opponent, standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner, European and world amateur champion, winner of 8 of his last 9 bouts. His record, 17 wins with 5 losses, 6 of those wins coming by way of knockout. At 5 feet 9 and 1/2 inches, 1.76 meters, he weighed in at 154.1 pounds, 69.9 kilograms. He's here tonight fighting out of Tel Aviv, Israel, and ranked number 5 in the world, here is Itay Gershon. And once again, your referee in charge of this contest, Yousri.
Fighters, you know the rules. I want a clear and fair fight. Obey the commands at all time, protect yourself at all time, okay? Touch gloves, step back.
There's not an average fight on the card tonight, Joe. This one could just as well be the fight of the night.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite fights on the card, to be honest. Being a kickboxing fan and technician, this is the one to watch.
All right, Guerric Billet wearing the black gloves, Itay Gershon in the white gloves.
You'll notice right away, Billet is going to be more that steady forward pressure where Gershon's going to explode more, use his footwork, and then just explode with those body kicks, spin kicks, knees.
And we continue to count down the minutes to Glory 78, headlined by the return of Badr Hari, the only place to see it, gloryfights.com.
You can see Billet wants to stay close to Gershon because he knows he's explosive. To shut off an explosive kicker, you got to come forward.
Good uppercut there from Billet.
In this fight, you'll also notice Gershon switching stances.
Oh, another one. The left hand this time scores for the Frenchman.
Yep, you'll see Itay switching stances a lot. Right now, he wants to go southpaw body kick a lot.
Break! Step back.
Itay Gershon calls himself a family man, has 2 children, Jonathan and Ariel. I asked him what they do together. He says, we watch a lot of kickboxing and Muay Thai.
Start him young.
That's what I find myself doing a lot.
You get your girls watching?
It's either kids' cartoons or fights. Sometimes my daughters are fighting themselves. A lot of kickboxing fights, Joe, we'll see more Dutch style where one fighter shells up, eats some punches, and delivers some of his own. These two guys come together and both throw punches.
Yeah, usually that's called like a combo back and forth kind of style, but with the open stance fight here, it's and both being technical, the way they're throwing is very nice. See, right now you saw Gershon change to the right stance now.
Swing and a miss there for Billet.
Break!
Billet, a one-time French champion.
Watch out for the elbow.
Punch-based offense with an emphasis on hard low kicks. There's one there. And another.
That was a good right hand in that exchange for Gershon.
Those knees to the thigh don't feel too good either, do they?
No, on the inside, you see a lot of guys do that a lot. Actually, Alex Pereira did that a lot against Vahitov in their last fight. So we'll probably see that in our pay-per-view co-main event.
A very competitive round one here in Rotterdam, the Netherlands.
Stop!
It's a tough one to score.
Yeah, it's extremely tough. I thought Gershon did good kicking, fighting backwards, but I think Billet's pressure, the hands may have gave him a slight edge in that one.
Well, right now, Itay Gershon looks extremely fatigued. Feet up, arms on the ropes, big breasts, mouth open. Did I say big breasts? I meant big breaths.
Big breaths. I got you. I got you.
As for Guerric Billet, he decides to stand.
Yeah, there you go. Most fighters like to stand in it. But like you mentioned, former French national champion, and he's just started, good in Glory with tough fights. And I think as he gets more experience, we'll start seeing better performance from him. He's still young, only 24 years old. And this is his 6th Glory fight.
It is round 2, scheduled for 3. Kind of a crossroads fight here in the lightweight division. The winner certainly throws their name in a title contender mix. especially if you're Itay Gershon, who comes in ranked number 5. Big hands landing there for Billet.
Yeah, I like Gershon to get back to his kicks a little bit. But at the end of the first, his hands were flowing well, so maybe just a little bit more activity. Being first for Gershon would be a good strategy as the fight goes on.
Break! Joe, when you're blocking a body kick with your arms, you try and block with your elbows or your forearms?
No, ideally you want to block a body kick with 2 arms because, you know, your tibia is stronger than, you know, your radius and ulna in your forearm. So blocking with 2 arms is safer.
You can see the redness on Billet's arms from blocking those body kicks from Gershon.
Yeah, in kickboxing, the body kick is always a controversial topic. In Muay Thai, it scores very well, but, you know, a lot of kickboxers say, you know, the arm kick is the way you block it. So a lot of the European kickboxers don't love the arm kicks as a scoring strike. I think if it does damage, it is a scoring strike.
Break! That kick was checked by Billet.
Definitely a better round here for Gershon. I think his kicks being first is helping, which is helping him set up those big power punches.
Billet looks so much bigger.
Good defense there from Gershon, not having to back up so we can stay inside and combo back.
We've seen Gershon do that running flying knee to success in the past.
That's what I thought was coming, to be honest. I was waiting for it, the air Gershon. This is definitely a way better round for Gershon.
And then a knee to the face.
Break. Nice little angles as well.
Well, whatever they did to Gershon in the corner, it worked.
Yep. He looked like he was the more fatigued fighter, and here he is.
Again, landing the knee was Gershon. 20 seconds to go here in round 2.
Nice jabs back and forth.
Break! Step back. Stop!
Glory Fight, the new home for all Glory pay-per-views, including tonight's Glory 78. GloryFights.com is the place to be, and Glory 78 starts in 1 hour, 16 minutes, and 25 seconds, Joe, in case you didn't see our clock, upper right-hand corner of the screen.
It's been helping you out, keeps us on track.
Does this feel like a one-round apiece fight to you?
Yeah, that's what's going on in my head right now. I gave Billet slight edge in the first, very, very close. I mean, could be the other way as well, but I think Gershon definitely took that second.
Round 3, lightweight division. Guerric Billet from France, Itay Gershon from Israel wearing the blue trunks. A very close fight thus far.
And I guarantee you Billet's corner told him to use that jab. He had a little bit of success with it at that end of the second, and now he's pumping it a lot in this third.
Good energy to start the round here for Billet.
Break! Step back, step back.
Billet doesn't like the tie clinch too much. Every time, you know, Gershon grabs it, he kind of just charges forward.
4 out of the 5 judges have it all even, which means it does come down to this round.
Break! Step back.
Fatigue beginning to set in.
Yeah, you can tell when fatigue kicks in, when the clinch tends to stay a little longer, right? Where these guys, when they're fresh, they were fighting in that head-to-head range.
Good flurry there from Billet.
Maybe that shoe shine rips through the body.
Break! Step back. Step back, step back.
Let's look at our total strikes thus far. Gershon has landed 26 more shots than Guerric Billet.
Oh, beautiful angle work there from Gershon. Step outside that lead foot. Creates a nice angle for your left hand.
Step back, step back, step back.
A look at the clock for Billet.
This round seems to be the closest yet.
Could come down to who's in better condition.
I mean, it seems like Billet starts, and you think he's gaining momentum, but then Gershon comes back, finds momentum. They kind of fight in like 10-second bursts each, which makes it very difficult to score.
Good body work from Billet. He's thrown more combinations, Joe.
Yeah, and I think this is where Gershon needs to pick it up if he wants to steal this round.
Break! Step back.
Overhand right lands for Gershon, but he eats a straight right hand from Billet.
Yeah, he countered that really well. A little Mayweather action there.
Yeah, Gershon.
Break. Step back. No action.
Taking some deep breaths. 10 seconds to go. And that will do it. Spinning back kick from Billet. And that's the bell. Gershon thinks he's won it. I'm not convinced.
I'm not convinced either. It's tough. It's too tough. But I mean, based on that last round, based on the activity, and knowing it was one apiece going into that third, you got to think favorably. If anything, it's Billet.
Let's take a look at our highlights from this lightweight contest.
Yeah, both gentlemen mixed things up well, kind of used their kicks, the boxing really well. You know, especially in those earlier rounds, we saw good inside work, mixing up the knees, the kicks. Then as fatigue kicks in, you know, a little bit more clinching, but still back and forth action all the way in and through this third round. Billet did a good job at mixing his combinations, body to head, but Gershon uses his kicks fantastically. You know, fought in a southpaw position really well, used good arm kicks, and then mixed his hands when he needed to. Very close fight.
Here are the final statistics. Itay Gershon versus Guerric Billet. Total 174 thrown by Gershon, landing 91. 58 of 155 for Billet. What do you make of those statistics?
I don't know. It's kind of tough. I never really trust the stats, but I mean, it's more of what I go for and look at. But when it looks by zone, you know, you can see I was impressed with the Billet. Both gentlemen mixed it up really well, hitting leg, body, and head. So that shows a good technical fight.
The countdown continues to Glory 78, and you can see it only on Glory's new streaming platform, gloryfights.com. Of course, the main event, Badr Hari versus Art Bajosic. You can see it for 19.99 euros, 24.99 in the United States. It begins at 8 p.m. local time, 2 p.m. Eastern in the good old USA. Is this the kind of fight that you expected to see, Joe?
I think so, with both of these guys being such young, talented fighters. I mean, the higher you get, the closer the matchups. Knockouts are hard. I mean, at this level now, I think you gain so much more experience going 3 rounds with someone that good.
Itay Gershon having a good time with some of the fans here. It's nice to have kickboxing fans back in the building finally.
But I can guarantee you this is why we're getting 2 great fights so far. There's some energy, you know, they have something from the crowd to push them forward. You don't want to knock someone out and be silent. He wants some cheering.
Yeah, if no one saw it happen, did it really happen? If a tree falls in the woods, as they say. Yep. Yeah, I won a lot of fights that no one ever saw, Joe.
Yeah,
let me tell you, I used to be a real tough guy. No one ever saw it.
Yeah, you were undefeated back in those days, weren't you?
Speaking of tough guys, Tim Hughes is back with glory and in the ring now with the judge's decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Let's look at the totals from our 5 ringside judges. 2 judges score the bout 29-28 Billet. 2 judges score it 29-28 Gershon. And our 5th and final judge has it 29-29 even. This bout is a draw.
Huh. That means one of the judges had to give someone a 10-8 round. Am I correct?
I'm not too sure.
You have to. If it's 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, it can't be a draw.
One of the judges had it 20-18. I remember that.
Or maybe they scored one of the rounds even.
Even round, yeah. That could be it. Which you don't really see much in kickboxing.
You don't. You never see it. But here are the final statistics. Yeah. And yep, the 3rd round, according to one judge, 10-10 even.
Yeah, it's a close fight. I'm not upset with that, to be honest with you. I mean, I would have liked a winner, but it's that close of a fight.
Yeah, we would have liked a winner, but it's good not to have a loser.
Yeah, there you go.
There you have it. Still to come, ladies and gentlemen, it is for the middleweight championship of the world. Tunisia's tall, rangy, and powerful Yousri Belgaroui seeks his first gold as a glory fighter, but standing in his way, the young and dangerous Donovan Wisse, who's already beaten Belgaroui once. Can he do it again with the championship up for grabs? But coming up next, guess what? Another world title fight. And it happens in the lightweight division. Tyjani Beztati versus Super Elvis Gashi. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time is now.
He's a great fighter. He's a tough fighter, but I'm faster than Tyjani and stronger.
People always talk and talk and talk, but at the end of the day, it's what happens in the ring. You know, I've been sparring with heavy hitters, you know, because we knew Elvis, the only thing that he can bring is coming forward, throwing leather. If you want to brawl, we have an answer for that, and I'm ready for war.
This is my comeback, so I'm ready for this fight. Train harder, feel good, I'm strong. I'm ready for this fight.
You will see the old Tyjani back. My kicks, my knees, my punches, everything is wrapped in one. Anybody can get it, and anybody is welcome. I can't wait to show you guys.
I'm here to represent America, I'm here to represent Albania, and my family as well. I'll give my best on Saturday night. I'll give it all just to get that belt.
Well, I got some bad news for you, my guy. The title ain't going nowhere. It's gonna stay here in the Netherlands, and I'll see you in the ring, my friend.
5 rounds for the lightweight championship of the world. It's Tyjani, the Wonder Boy, Beztati. Super Elvis Gashi.
It's gotta be over, and it is! Elvis Super Gashi has shot the kickboxing world! As Beztati is just teeing off.
and gentlemen, we are scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds for the vacant lightweight championship of the world. Elvis Gashi and Tyjani Beztati.
Super Elvis Gashi.
Always an entertaining watch, no matter what happens.
He goes down already. Richardson's down.
Super Gashi looking super so far.
In the title shot, I'm ready.
Everyone in the theater is on their feet. It's got to be over, and it is. Elvis Super Gashi has shot the kickboxing world.
His career highlights include a 23-second knockout with a devastating liver kick in Orlando at Glory 67. Here is Elvis Gashi.
He may appear to be undersized, especially in this battle against Tyjani Beztati, but his heart, Joe, will never perhaps be matched.
No, and he has power, so you can never count him out of a fight. His last fight was against Barak Grigorian for the world title. Came up unsuccessful, and that was his first loss in his career, but he's learned a lot from there, came back, made the adjustments, and he gets a crack at that world title again.
Born in Kosovo, moved to Belgium, now lives in New York City.
Tyjani Beztati.
We got our game plan. We will leave there on Saturday night.
What a headshot from Beztati! Tyjani Beztati with a massive knockout!
He is one of the youngest to ever sign a Glory contract and now takes his shot at kickboxing immortality. Please welcome Tyjani Beztati.
Earlier tonight, Tyjani Beztati was in the ring warming up, Joe, and he kept screaming, and new! He believes this fight is his to win, and if you just look at the height and reach advantage, it's hard to disagree.
And I mean, and he came into Glory as one of the youngest fighters, turned pro at 17 years old, and here he is at 23 years old in his third world title fight.
Came close twice, looking for the third time to be the charm, and he is the favorite as he faces Elvis Gashi. Here's our tale of the tape for the lightweight championship of the world. Beztati, only 23. He will enjoy a 6-inch height advantage and a nearly 6-inch reach advantage as well. But that's nothing new for Elvis Gashi, who loves to get inside and work that body.
And you can see even how close this fight is based on professional experience. Both have 24 fights. You know, both have good knockouts on their career, but the edge going to the American Elvis Gashi.
This is a world title fight, slightly different championship rules. We go 5 3-minute rounds. Punching, kicks, and knees are legal. 3 knockdowns in a round or 4 in the fight result in a TKO.
Ladies and gentlemen, the vacant lightweight championship is on the line and about scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner, a U.S. national champion and 4-time Kosovo champion. His professional record impressive, 23 wins with just 1 loss. Almost half of those wins coming by way of knockout. He is 5-1 in his 6 glory appearances. At 5 feet 9 inches tall, 1.75 meters, he weighed in at 153.9 pounds, 69.8 kilograms. Fighting tonight out of the Bronx, New York, ladies and gentlemen, it's Super Elvis Gashi. Here now is his opponent. Standing on my left and fighting out of the white corner, a 6-time Dutch champion and winner of 4 of his last 5 bouts. His professional record, 20 wins with just 4 losses, 7 of those wins coming by way of knockout. At 6 feet 3 inches tall, 1.90 meters, he weighed in at fight time at 154.3 pounds and even 70 kilos. Fighting out of Morocco, ladies and gentlemen, Tyjani, the Wonder Boy, Beztati. And your referee in charge of this bout, Michaela Coga.
Follow the glory rules, okay? Good luck and stand back.
Here we go, Joe. Lightweight championship of the world on the line. Elvis Gashi in the black gloves, Beztati in the white. Gashi will try and close the distance. He has to.
Yeah, it's closing the distance, but also cutting the ring off because Tyjani's got good movement. He's going to try to circle out versus that pressure. So cutting the ring off, key for Gashi.
Body kick from Gashi, followed up by a quick jab.
Yeah, Gashi's known for that left kick to the liver. Throws it with a lot of power. Tyjani says...
Oh, big left hand sends Beztati down. That is a knockdown.
2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6. Are you coming? Are you following? Stand back. Time. Good.
So Korakova calls it a knockdown. Good start for Elvis Gashi. Did you agree with that, Joe?
Well, it's hard to tell, but it connected in the way Tyjani fell back to me, but it wasn't a damaging shot, but it still hit him and went down. Too hard to tell.
So a hole to climb out of automatically for Beztati.
Break.
Still think for Beztati, though, he's got to stay patient.
Stand back.
He can't get too carried away. It's still very early in this fight.
And he's got to get that out of his head. It happened, it's over, deal with it.
And this is Tyjani's first fight with a new camp. He says you're gonna see a lot more use of his kicks and his knees than we have in the past few fights. Tyjani's got some good boxing combinations as well.
There's no doubt who this crowd here in Rotterdam is cheering for.
And you can see who's pressuring now. It's Tyjani coming forward, controlling the center.
The good thing about a championship fight when you get knocked down in the first round, you got 4 rounds left as opposed to 2. Left hand just misses for Gashi as Tyjani again tries to put the pressure on the American.
Ooh, nice eyes from Tyjani.
There has never been a male glory world champion. Gashi can change that tonight. He's off to a good start with a knockdown here in the first round. Walk-in left hand there for Gashi.
Yep, looking to set that bomb up.
Switching to orthodox stance right at the bell, and that will do it. So seemingly a 10-8 round for Gashi.
Yeah, it was a tough start here, but let's see the connection here. It's while he was kicking and he was off balance, so this way I think would be a better angle for us to take a look at. It did touch him when he was kicking. It does have to be a damaging shot. That was a very tough call. But hey, it connected the way he fell down. I don't blame the referee for that call. If I was Tyjani, would I be upset? Absolutely, 100%. All right, now let's take a look at some of my keys for this belt. I think it's a very close matchup so far, but the thing is, Tyjani, he's the one pressuring, but I think it's gonna have to adapt. I think eventually Elvis might come forward, but he needs to continue to use that reach. Where Gashi's gotta still try to find that power. He's not cutting the ring off, he's fighting backwards now, but I think as the fight goes on, we'll see him come forward.
So round 2, scheduled for 5. Lightweight championship on the line. Jab to the stomach. Left hand just misses, and yes, a 10-8 round across the board for Gashi.
And you can hear the corner of Gashi asking for that pressure.
Would you like to see Beztati more active, especially when they're at range like this?
Well, on the range, if I was in Tyjani's corner, I'd be asking for feints. I want him to feint before he attacks. Every time you fight a power fighter, you want to get him to flinch, to shell up. So feinting for Tyjani before he attacks would be nice.
Good left jab from Beztati. Boy, if that left hook connects.
In a lot of early Tyjani fights, he was knocking everybody out with some good knees. So maybe if he flies some knees up the middle, that could be a good strike for him as well.
Break. Stand back. Stand back.
Beztati switched gyms after his last loss. Bounced back win over Michael Polandre. Now heading into his 3rd title shot against Gashi.
Break.
Yep, there's those knees, what I tell you.
And now Gashi backing up against the ropes. That affected him.
Yep.
This crowd senses it. Another kick to the body for Beztati.
Yeah, Tyjani's knees, especially versus this southpaw, they're open right down the middle.
Don't hold on.
And you see that Gashi's leaning in with that left hand. To time the right knee would be a nice timing for him.
Gashi trying to clinch. Tyjani having none of it.
Now you see Tyjani, he knows the knee's there, so he's trying to set it up with his hands.
High kick attempt for Gashi. By the way, congratulations to Elvis Gashi and his wife, who had twins earlier this year. She's waiting for him in Germany with his children, and they hope to celebrate a world title.
Yeah,
Stop.
would be nice.
No, up to 5. Fight.
Left hand right down the pipe, and another one.
Stop. Time is over.
Tyjani Beztati, nicknamed the Wonder Boy, turned pro at 17 and was signed by Glory at 18. That's how good he was at that early of an age. And now at 23, he seeks his first world title in his 3rd opportunity.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's his 14th fight for Glory as well. Where Elvis, nicknamed Super Gashi, signature that left kick. I mean, we've seen it being thrown a lot, but he's really shooting for that left straight in this fight. And I really expected him to come a little bit more forward, but he's adapting well. Sometimes going forward, sometimes moving backwards.
And hello to our beautiful Glory girls. There's Bella.
Stand back. Good round. Time. Fight.
Johnny's starting to come aggressive with the hands.
10-9 across the board for Beztati. So he needed to bounce back around, and he got it. Gashi being much more aggressive, and he got caught coming inside with a right hand from Beztati.
I like the aggression, but I think Gashi's winging them a little too much, leaving his chin too high. He's gonna have to set those power shots up, tuck his chin, move his head a little bit more. I mean, with that long reach of Tyjani, keeping your head from moving would be a big mistake. So getting that head offline for Gashi to throw that power, best way for him.
Runs in with the left hand. Tyjani flips the script and catches him. But now it is Elvis who's trying to apply the pressure.
And this is where Elvis wants him, in the corner. You see him kind of switching stances to orthodox. Looks like he wants to power punch from a different angle. Johnny flips the script.
Total strikes. Gashi landed at almost a 2-to-1 clip. Beztati 42-23.
I like the back leg attacks.
Yeah, Beztati trying to catch and shoot with that low kick. Oh, caught him with a right hand. Gashi has to be very careful against the ropes.
Don't throw him, please. Stand up.
Kind words there for the referee. Don't throw him, please.
Yeah, I like Elvis attacking that back leg. Being the shorter fighter to get inside, chop that back leg.
Beztati, I mentioned, used to be with Coliseum Gym. He's now training at Day's Gym in Almere, just outside of Amsterdam. Have you seen a different sort of Beztati since making that move?
Well, maybe a little bit more with the kicks. He's still always kicked well in the past.
Oh, big right hand connects.
Seems to be mixing things up really well.
Straight right from Beztati. Gashi trying to cover up again.
This is where Tyjani's dangerous, when he can start playing with his ranges really well. Inside or outside, slipping punches, straight punches.
10 seconds to go here in round 3. Another good round for Beztati. Left hook, low kick.
Yep. Good old Dutch-style combinations.
Time is over.
Some good pressure work from Tyjani in this round. Saw him come forward, switch his stance, get a punch over top. But he's doing some great pressure. And I like that he's keeping Elvis against the ropes, putting his combinations together. He seemed to be calmed down from that early knockdown, starting to pick his shots a little bit more. Whoa. But there's that long range. When you can connect that full extension, being the taller guy, that's where the damage is.
If Beztati did indeed win that third round, Joe, we should be all square heading into round 4 as we say hello to Stephanie.
Stand up. Stand back. Third round. Time.
Championship rounds. 2 to go. Both men fighting for the vacant lightweight championship. Swing and a miss for Beztati.
Yeah, they're throwing some big punches now.
High kick there for Beztati, who's looking to become the youngest champion in Glory history. Judge 3 giving that 10-8 round for Beztati.
I'm not too sure. Is he doing MMA scoring these days? Not sure what's happening.
Well, what is happening is 4 judges have it even, as Beztati appears to slowly be picking Gashi apart, Joe.
Yeah, it's that slow progression, finding his range. I still feel that it's Gashi needing to set up that left hand a little bit. He's leaning with it a little too much.
Gashi's been switching stances as well. He's a natural southpaw. You see him fighting out of orthodox occasionally.
Fight.
Haven't seen a ton of body work from Gashi either.
He wants to seem like he switches stances to box a little bit. He's trying to get inside that long reach. It's not easy.
Nice shot to the liver from Beztati, left hook.
That may have got Gashi.
Yeah, he takes a step backwards. The right arm hanging low to cover up the ribs. Lands the left hand off the ropes, though. Scampers to his right. Not the place he wants to be. Beztati digging to the body again. He knows he's got him hurt.
Stop. Stand back. 2, 3.
She's calling down a knockdown.
5, 6, 7. Okay, are you content? Are you continue? Stand. Continue. Fight.
This judge taking no prisoners.
Well, they got one each now. They were given a knockdown each.
Gashi still targeting the right side of Gashi's body. Look at the punches landed statistic. Off the charts advantage for Beztati.
Yeah, I was totally wrong. I thought, you know, Tyjani would have stayed outside a little longer, but look at him press.
Well, he feels he has damaged goods in front of him.
Stop. Stand back. Fighter, stand back. Fight. Stop. Time is over.
So that will do it for round 4 as we get ready to take a look for that knockdown, which really wasn't a knockdown either way. I assume she felt he was asking for a standing 8 count, which is not legal.
Well, Tyjani started doing a fantastic job of mixing levels with his boxing. He came in with that liver shot, and then we'll see the knee come in here. Oh, it's a left hook to the body. There's a low left hook.
It wasn't to the body, Joe. It was to the family jewels.
And it was to the jewels. So it was Gashi was correct at that point. Well, as you mentioned, he did have his twins, so we're in good shape.
Well, it's all or nothing for Elvis Gashi. He needs a knockdown here in the 5th round. He's been cocking that left hand back, Joe, but has not really unleashed it.
Yeah, I just think he's not setting it up well enough. I feel like a jab, like a double jab overhand to get on the inside would have worked. But easier said than done.
Left lands there for Gashi, not a ton behind it. He's got to dig deep. Hard to do that when you're eating left hooks.
Stop, stop.
But Gashi's doing the right thing now. He's starting to scrap. He knows that he's got to do something here, so he's coming forward.
Let's see how aggressive Beztati is here, going for a KO. Again, Gashi put Beztati down in round number 1. Beztati returned the favor, although it didn't appear to be warranted in round 4 with a low blow.
Nice 2-punch combo from Gashi.
Just not much behind it. Does he have the power left to put Tyjani down?
Yeah, Tyjani keeps getting warned for grabbing that low kick.
Fight. Stop! Don't hold. Don't push. Fight. Fight.
A minute left for Gashi to find an answer.
It's okay.
He keeps complaining to the referee. It's not working.
And when Tyjani, look at him, when he stays long, uses his punches, kicks on the outside. Very difficult to hit.
Oh, that split the guard, that knee. Gashi backpedaling.
And those scissor knees from Tyjani, he's got a few big knockouts on his record with that. Back to the body, back to the head.
He's just beating Gashi around the ring right now.
Just keeps touching with punch, kicks, level changing, good range. Gashi just needs to catch and counter one of those kicks, block a kick and just fire some big power punches.
He's got 15 seconds to find a miracle. Will they call that a knockdown? No.
And for those back leg, Gashi's got to punch before he kicks, but here he goes.
And that will do it. Tyjani Beztati appears to have gotten the job done, is the Wonder Boy at age 23, the youngest Glory champion of all time.
Let's take a look at these highlights. We saw early power. We got that knockdown early from Gashi. Found that nice left hand that he's known for, but Tyjani had to start picking things up a little bit. He became the aggressor, pushing the more powerful fighter back. But Gashi had some good moments coming forward, but ultimately Tyjani was able to keep his range, get some good long snapping punches. And it was all about distance control and level changes. Here he ripped that body, went back upstairs. That was the low blow with that left hook. And then fifth round, it was just a nice little clinic from Tyjani, mixing up strikes, kicks, scissor knees, good power left hooks. Great performance from Tyjani.
Here are the final numbers from tonight's lightweight world title bout. And it all tilts in favor of the Moroccan. 110 total strikes landed out of 242. Just 37 of 205 for Super Gashi.
And then when you look at the zone, I mean, Tyjani was just mixing really well. The advantage was to the head, but got a knockdown, you know, mixing up the bodies, got good leg attacks. So great job mixing things up.
We now go into the ring. Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. Here now are the totals. One judge sees it 48-44. The remaining judges all have it 48-45. A unanimous decision, all for your winner and new lightweight champion of the world, Tyjani Beztati. Here to present the belt, Head of Glory Talent Operations, Robbie Timmers.
Joe, you won your first world title. How were you feeling when you got the job done?
Well, I was a little concussed when it happened, but I was very emotional. I went back to the room and I just bawled my eyes out. So he'll have some nice emotional moments.
And here he is now with Mark Schaff.
Tyjani, you are the new lightweight champion of the world. How does that belt around your waist feel?
Oh, man. This has been a hell of a ride. First of all, this was not my best performance because I was 1.5 years out of the ring. And I want to say, this belt is for my mother. No, wait. You know, this training camp was a tough one. My mother, she just beat cancer. So, you know, the training sessions were to the hospital, to the training, to the hospital, to the training. So, my mother, she's also here. This one is for you, Ma. This one is for you. This training camp was tough, you know, it was tough. But I did this for her.
Did you have a hard time emotionally because you got 8 counts in the first round?
That was not an 8 count. I felt nothing. I felt absolutely nothing. You know, it was just a slip, but it is what it is. You saw my fighter heart, my mentality. I just came back and just took the title with me.
Now, there was a low blow in the 4th round. You were demolishing his body. Do you think it was a low blow?
No, it was not a low blow. I already saw his face when I gave him the body shot, you know, so... But you know, it is what it is. I won, and that's the most important thing.
Definitely. Congratulations. Yeah. Give it up for your new glory lightweight.
I want to thank my team as well. Milton, Rami, Deon from Days Gym. You know, it's been a hell of a ride. And I will see you guys soon. I appreciate all the love and support. Timo Maghreb, Hoos!
An emotional Tyjani Beztati dedicates this performance to his mother, who's been suffering from cancer. Congratulations to the 23-year-old world champion. Speaking of world champions, someone will be leaving Rotterdam with the middleweight title around the waist. Will it be Yousri Belgaroui or Donovan Wisse? That title fight is next. And here is the man, Alex Pereira from Brazil, defending his light heavyweight championship of the world later tonight in a rematch, a highly anticipated one with Artem Vahitov. And this is the man people came to see, the baddest, Badr Hari.
Yeah, and I mean, like we said, humble all week until yesterday, so we're gonna see what Badr shows up to the ring.
And now we get set for the middleweight championship of the world, brought to you by Jack's Casino.
Gentlemen, you understand the rules that you're fighting to. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Do you have any questions? Touch gloves if you like.
Very focused. It doesn't matter if you talk trash or not. In the ring, we're gonna see who's boss.
No, I don't think he's trying to intimidate me. I think he's trying to help himself believe that he's going to be the champion.
To add my name on the list as a champion, it's going to be a great honor, a great feeling.
There are a lot of theories about that, like speaking it out loud, dress like a champion, feel like a champion, I don't know, fake it till you make it even.
I don't know what Yousri is thinking, but from my part, it's going to be a whole different fight.
Yeah, I know all those things don't work.
You're going to see that on Saturday, man. It's going to be an awesome fight, with high-paced technical fight, I think, from my side then.
I think that my skill level is so much higher that I will completely dominate the fight.
I'm calm, but inside, I'm very excited to show you guys.
A unanimous decision, all for your winner.
He is Surinam's finest, Donovan Wisse. Oh, left hand right to the jaw. Whoa, and a straight right hand, and that is a knockdown. Oh, nice right hand.
And it looks like he's hurt.
What a moment this would be for Donovan Wisse.
Yousri Belgaroui.
And there's another body shot right to the ribcage. Great fight, but is it over? That's the question, ladies and gentlemen.
It is time, ladies and gentlemen, for your featured super fight of the evening. 5 rounds for the interim middleweight championship of the world. Yousri Belgaroui and Donovan Wisse. Yousri, the babyface ninja, carries a 2-fight win streak into the ring, including a second-round TKO in Utrecht at Glory 75. Here comes Yousri Belgaroui.
It sounded like Phil Collins, but it's actually Yousri Belgaroui rapping along to a Phil Collins song. He is multi-talented, but his first love, obviously, is kickboxing, Joe. And tonight, he has the opportunity of a lifetime.
And when you meet him in person, you just realize how big he is for a middleweight. He's tall, he's rangy, and he just seems huge. So that type of reach and length gives him a good advantage in this ring. He's got a lot of good power, but there's a lot of new energy to him. He's with a new team. He feels re-energized, and this is his third title opportunity. So for him, this means a lot. It means everything to him to kind of get this win and this revenge.
His first 2 title opportunities came against Alex Pereira, who no one seems to be able to beat. He's won 9 straight fights, but he does have a very impressive win over Jason Wilness, and he's won 2 in a row, Joe.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, he just continually gets better. And he said last time he fought Wisse, he wasn't really himself. He was trying to be a different character, trying to get in Wisse's head. But he says in this fight, it's all about him performing his best, and that means being relaxed, being calm, and just being himself.
This is his 13th fight in Glory, his 3rd opportunity at a world title.
Introducing Donovan Wisse.
Whoa, and a straight right hand, I believe, and that is a knockdown.
Wisse's gonna put a lot of pressure on.
Shots and Peñas down.
Not one to shy away from the ultimate challenge. He puts his 5-1 Glory record on the line for a shot at the title. Here is Donovan Wisse.
Donovan Wisse. His nickname is the Dream Chaser, Joe, but tonight his dream can be reality if he wins the middleweight championship of the world. It's the moment he's been fighting his whole life for, and now it is right in front of him.
Yeah, and he's so calm and collected, but he knows what's on the line here. And for him, it's really wanting to represent Holland and Suriname. I mean, we talk about the list of amazing fighters from Suriname, and he wants to put his name as one of those world champions from that country.
15 wins, only 1 loss, 8 coming by way of KO. This is the opportunity he has been waiting for. Can he get the job done against a man he's already beaten once? This is our tail of the tape for the middleweight championship of the world. As expected, Yousri Belgaroui with a height and reach advantage, but last time he couldn't exploit it as Donovan Wisse won by decision. Wisse the favorite tonight here in Rotterdam.
Professional experience, the edge going to Yousri Belgaroui with 34 fights to 16. Both gentlemen with over 50% of their wins by knockout. Tonight's scoring based on the following prioritized criteria, starting with knockdowns, followed by damage, followed by clean scoring strikes with an emphasis on spectacular techniques, followed by normal scoring techniques. Finally, if there's no clear advantage, judges look for aggression.
We do have open scoring tonight. 5 judges will score it based on the 10-point must system. Additional points are deducted for knockdowns or rule violations. Tim Hughes now with our introductions.
The first meeting between these two was an all-out war. This time, The prize is Glory Gold and the Middleweight Championship of the World. A rematch, 2 years in the making, between the top 2 ranked fighters in the division. This bout sanctioned by the Fight Sports Organization of the Netherlands. The man in charge of this championship bout, your referee, Edward Stryker. From New England to the Netherlands, Glory fighting fans are watching around the world. It's time for Glory! Introducing first, fighting out of the black corner. He became a contender tournament champion with 2 wins in one night at Glory 40. His professional record, 27 wins with 6 losses, 14 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, 1.96 meters, and he weighed in at 187.2 pounds, 84.9 kilograms. Fighting tonight out of Tunisia, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Yousri Belgaroui. Here now is his opponent, fighting out of the white corner. He had a successful debut at Glory 59 Amsterdam and comes in on a 4-fight winning streak. As a professional, impressive. 15 wins with just 1 loss, 8 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, 1.88 meters, and officially weighed in at 186.7 pounds, 84.7 kilograms. Fighting out of Suriname, ladies and gentlemen, here is Donovan, the Dream Chaser, Wisse. And once again, your referee in charge, Edward Stryker.
Okay, guys, listen, you know the rules, yeah? Protect yourselves at all times, yeah? Okay, touch gloves if you want. Back to your corner.
Last time, Belgaroui tried to intimidate Donovan Wisse. Mean mug him, stare him down. It didn't work then. A much more friendly Belgaroui tonight, at least until the bell rings. Scheduled for 5 for the Middleweight Championship of the World.
You're going to see some good Dutch-style kickboxing from Wisse, which means good forward pressure, punch-to-kick combinations, where Yousri a little bit better with his range, using that length.
Saw a good, solid low kick there for Wisse on those long legs of Belgaroui.
Yeah, and Wisse's got some big, powerful legs, so expect hard low kicks. And that was the first fight. Low kicks ultimately set up a head kick from Wisse, which gave him a knockdown. So expect level changing from Wisse, good body work as well.
What was the key to victory for Wisse in their first fight, Joe?
Well, it was level changing. The way he attacked the legs and then punched the body to went upstairs. And the other thing you're going to see with Wisse, he's got good head movement. So he uses his high guard shell, and then he'll rip his head and go to the body. He sets it up. He does it a lot.
Wisse keeps checking the kicks like Belgaroui, while Belgaroui just lets Wisse kick away. Like that.
A strong kickboxer is going to block them. You got to lift that lead leg up to block that kick. I always say turn those toes on a 45-degree angle. This way you can block properly.
Wisse trying to push the tempo.
Yeah, Belgaroui's trying to find those jabs.
Break! Step back!
He said with the new team now he's going to try to find his kicks and knees again.
Well, he has some of the most damaging knees in all of Glory.
Big time. With his length and the way he can set them up with his hands, but Wisse's power is something else.
That left hook just missing for Donovan Wisse.
It's that head movement, man. He just subtly moves his head when you don't expect it and just comes with big punches. See, there you go. He's waiting, setting it up. He likes that head to the left hook. Yep, he's waiting for it. There it goes.
Break! Working the body now is Wisse. Fight! Who was born and raised in the former Dutch colony of Suriname in South America, the same place Tyrone Spong was born. Unlike many kickboxers, Wisse said, hey man, my childhood was great, but I just loved kickboxing. I loved the sport, I loved watching it. The Dutch connection obviously helped.
Break!
I just fell in love
Break!
with. Listen, and a shot there late from Belgaroui.
You can definitely tell Belgaroui likes that jab first, but I think he's got to change it up. It's become a little too predictable, and Vissa's trying to time it. Some of the timings from that jab, you see Wisse hit the leg or that left hook. Better for Belgaroui, put things in combinations.
When Belgaroui leans back against the rope, his chin is way in the air. He's got to be careful.
Let go.
Nice takedown there by Wisse. And ladies and gentlemen, you can see the clock at the top of your screen. We're under 20 minutes till Glory 78 live on pay-per-view. The only place you can see it is on gloryfights.com, just €19.99.
I think this is so far a good start from Wisse, and I mean, my keys for him, and he's doing it really well, is pressure, getting on the inside, moving his head, attacking in combinations, and make sure he keeps hitting those legs and ripping that body of Belgaroui. Where the taller Tunisian really needs to keep that range control. He's trying to do it with the jab, but I'd like to see him follow it up a little bit. He's got these long limbs, so he needs to catch Wisse coming in with those knees. And that's one of his big keys, because he knows Wisse needs to crash.
And there is Laura, one of our 3 Glory girls here in Rotterdam for Glory 78. It's our 4th fight of the night so far. Our first one was fantastic. A great win for Mohammed Hendouf as he knocked out the newcomer from Brazil, Minoto Robson. All 5 judges scoring the first round for Donovan Wisse, who continues to fire low kicks.
Yep, now he's throwing some big loop-in punches, but that's where I think he needs to be careful. He's got to set those big power shots.
We know Belgaroui's got plenty of power in his hand. Mouthpiece comes flying out. He tried to put it in Vissa's mouth. He goes, no, stick it in his mouth.
I got one already.
There's a knee right to the body, but Wisse answers back with a left hook.
Yeah, and now those jabs are starting to land a little bit better. Yousri trying to take a little bit of angles, not trying to stay straight on.
I like when Belgaroui throws a knee and immediately throws a punch with it. He doesn't sit there and admire his work.
Yeah, the single jab hasn't been working in that first round, so I think he needs to start putting things together like that. The punch, kick, punches to knees. He's got to flow those combos together.
Break! The back.
Fight! Right down the middle with a straight right hand is Wisse. Low kick again.
Yeah, Vissa's going to constantly chop those legs down, and that's what's going to set up those big punches.
Good knee there on the inside, though, for Belgaroui.
Yeah, better round for him. He's starting to set in now. Maybe this is where the experience can start coming into play as the fight goes on.
It's Tunisia versus Suriname. Good right hand. Wisse kind of let his guard down for a moment there. Belgaroui taking an advantage.
Vissa's definitely eating more shots in this round.
Break! Step back! Fight!
Breakdown by strikes landed. Wisse with the punching edge. And the kicking edge for that matter. Belgaroui 4-0 lead on knees. Keep in mind their first fight, which Wisse won, was only a 3-rounder. This one's scheduled for 5. Who do you give the edge to with that information?
Well, I think in the later rounds, I think the experience of Belgaroui can kind of play advantage, but...
Oh, big knee right to the jaw. Best shot of the night for Belgaroui. Tried it again.
Break!
Compared to round 1, Belgaroui looks like a new fighter here in the second.
Oh, yeah, the way he's angling, moving, putting things together is definitely a good round for him.
He told us the knees were going to be the difference as Wisse crashes into him with a couple of punches. Nice combination work.
Yeah, Wisse has landed a few sneaky right uppercuts. And that's the key for Wisse. He's got to keep his head moving because Belgaroui's waiting for the jab to flow things off.
Break! Time.
Nice, good knees, mixing the punches. Oh. And that was from the lead knee too. The way he kind of stepped back and then boom. Ooh. Very nice setup, clean. Doesn't take much, those knees. The knees are definitely the most dangerous weapon when they connect.
It was a Mark DeBond knee that put you out of kickboxing for a while.
Yeah, it was one of the big ones. Here's Donovan Wisse doing really well. You gotta think, only 24 years old, 15-1 as a professional. And here he is in the biggest fight of his life. Had a great first round, but I think he needs to start picking things up now.
As for Yousri Belgaroui, yes, the signature strike is the knee. We just saw him land it. He does have a degree in public governance and management. He loves just meeting people and talking and working on ideas. He's very inquisitive. He's going to be a success in business.
Absolutely.
When everything's said and done with his kickboxing career. But as for the here and the now, he's got a title to win.
Okay, step back, please.
As we head to the third round.
Fight!
Let's see if the judges agreed with Joseph Altolini there in round 2.
Nope.
One of them is a 9-9 round possible without a point deduction? Not sure.
I don't think so.
Some questionable judging so far tonight. Haven't had a controversial decision, but as we look at some of the rounds being scored, a bit perplexing to say the least. But we battle on. Right hand scores for Wisse, who's being more aggressive here in the third.
Fight! Yeah. He just needs to keep being careful of those knees as he comes inside, but when he goes first and lands that power, it's tough for Belgaroui to throw those knees.
Seven knees landed, 16 thrown.
Break!
Such a dangerous place to be for Belgaroui when he's against the ropes.
Yeah, he kind of needs to circle out of them or try to bait him into something. I think that's what he's trying to do, but staying in the corner against Wisse is the last place you want to be.
Break, step back. Fight!
Wisse jabbing to the body now, which usually means the overhand's coming. On cue.
Nice round here for Wisse, and a knee of his own, and that has affected Belgaroui.
Split him open.
Busted him open, and now he goes down. What a turn of events.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hands high.
He says he can continue. I don't know. He's looking in the wrong direction. He's busted wide open. A very similar look to what Alex Pereira did to him with a knee.
Yeah, I mean, those knees are nasty, and especially being the shorter guy to land them, it's that much more impressive, but at least the cut gives him a few seconds to recover from the knockdown. That's the one benefit of it.
Look at this knee from Donovan Wisse.
Look at those combinations, setting it up, hook, uppercut, splitting the guard with those knees, grabbing the head. I think it's going to be stopped because that looks like an open style cut, not one of those straight lines.
Not only is blood pouring out of the cut, but it's also coming out of his nose as well. He may have broken his nose.
Yeah, I mean, those knees, I'm telling you, they're just, when they land flushed, jeez. And then the way he continues to throw his combinations after.
And that is it. They waved it off, and he's done it. Donovan Wisse, the dream chaser, has his dream come true in Rotterdam. He is the middleweight champion of the world.
24 years old to put on a performance like that against an experienced veteran in Belgaroui just shows how much potential he has as a champion. The way he stayed calm, collected, mixed things up, you know, took a big knee and then ended up giving one back, mixed things well. That's a fantastic IQ for a young fighter.
The momentum was not going in his favor, Joe. The second round belonged to Belgaroui, but then the third was all about Wisse.
Yeah, look at that timing on the knee. He used the punches. He knew Belgaroui was going to move his head over. As he moved ahead, he timed the knee. But look at that, moved his head offline and then found that big punch. So look, those combinations shelled him up. Belgaroui moves his head right into that knee. That's fantastic timing. Then, instead of staying in the clinch, he exits, punches again, and then watch this little slip and rip finish. And I'm pretty sure that's how Pereira ended up finishing Belgaroui too, with that overhand right slipping off.
Oh. How did Belgaroui not go down right there? And right there.
But I just love how he exited the clinch there, then started moving his head, boxing again, keeping his range instead of just sitting there waiting for the ref to break him up. That's the type of fighting we like to see in Glory.
He was destined for greatness, and he has found it tonight as the 24-year-old is your new middleweight champion of the world as we look at our final punch statistics.
And you can see he was active with his punches and his kicks. The only area he may have been, thrown was the knees, but ultimately he got it back and got his finish via those knees to set things up.
In strikes by round, look at the third, 22 strikes landed for Donovan Wisse, including that massive knee and the straight right hand that sealed the deal. Here's Tim Hughes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you watched it as it happened. Our ringside doctor has called a halt to this contest with an official time of 2 minutes, 10 seconds of that second round. Your winner by technical knockout and new middleweight champion of the world, Donovan Wisse. Head of Talent Operations for Glory, Robbie Tinners, to present the belt.
And now Mark Schaaf will be speaking with what is sure to be an emotional Donovan Wisse.
Donovan, you did it again, but now it grants you the title of middleweight champion of the world. How do you feel?
Thank you, thank you. I told you guys I would do it again, and I did it. It felt awesome.
Yeah, you took him down with his signature move, the knee.
Yes.
Tell us about the knockout.
The knockout, probably I got him with the right hand earlier. So he was backing up, and I saw him skipping in the ropes. So I thought I'm going to knee up the middle. So I did that, and it was a done deal.
I know you're very critical. Are you happy with your performance?
Yes.
A knee as well, huh?
I'm very happy because this whole training camp I was calm. The whole fight week I was calm, I was focused. I didn't got any nerves until today. But I was feeling great, man. I was feeling great.
Yeah, you're always calm and collective.
Yes.
What does this title mean to you? I know
it's a lot, you know.
Your old trainer.
It means a lot because 5 years ago I was in a gym in Suriname, sparring with I was B class maybe I think. So yesterday the photo came as a reminder. I thought, look at me now. I'm fighting for a title tomorrow, and it feels awesome, man. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, there are a lot of fans cheering for you. What do you want to say to them?
Thank you. Thank you. Isabi to. Medwengi uno medwengi stranang. And it's a Father's Day. We nasan isabi to. Womi.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your new middleweight champion of the world, Donovan Wisse.
Thank you.
So congratulations to the dream chaser from Suriname, Donovan Wisse. And now, Joe, it is time for the Manscaped close shave of the night, and we focus in on the area where you would manscape.
Yeah, and this goes down to that left hook, low blow by Tyjani Beztati. And that's what gave us that close shave of the night by Manscaped.
But it was ruled a knockdown.
Yes, it was. I mean, the way he set it up. But hey, with Tyjani's defense, he did land some good knees and shots earlier before that low blow.
So that is your close shave of the night, brought to you by Manscaped, redefining the gentleman. 5 minutes to go until Glory 78 live on pay-per-view. Go to gloryfights.com. That is your only way to see our pay-per-view, which is, of course, headlined by the one and only Badr Hari taking on Arek Vajosic in a heavyweight 3-rounder. Not only that, Joe, but our co-main event should be off the charts as well for the light heavyweight championship.
Yeah, I mean, that fight and that first fight was just fantastic, and I expect an even better fight this time because I know Alex Pereira doesn't want to leave it to the judges and show why he's the real light heavyweight champion.
Yeah, their last fight went the distance, split decision win for the Brazilian. But if you're the true champion in the light heavyweight division, the best of all time, as all of Russia seems to believe that Artem Vakhitov is, he should come back and win tonight, make the adjustments and get the job done.
Yeah, you would think so. And I mean, if you ask anybody who are the top kickboxers in the world, the two names you're going to add, you know, is Alex Pereira and Artem Vakhitov. So, I mean, anytime these guys fight, it's going to be a close one. So we're going to have to find out again tonight.
Let's send it backstage and get our final thoughts from tonight's Superfight series from Mark Schaaf and Remy Bonyaski.
Yeah, Remy, what a match this was, man. I know you were looking forward to this one, but did you expect this?
Well, I expected for Donovan to make pressure, and I saw Belgaroui backing up, but Belgaroui was doing his job. He's doing his job by making long punches, long kicks, and even the knees. But now you see Donovan, I think Donovan worked on it. He worked on, you know, dodging the punches, making the pressure, and he was sharp today. He was really, really sharp, and that's why he knocked him out.
Yeah, well, he knocked him out with his signature.
His signature move. I love that move, the knee. That's my signature move. I love that knee. So I was happy that he could finish it like this, but you know, both of these guys are strong. Both of these guys are really good in fighting, but one has to win.
And what do you think about the combinations that landed after the knee? I mean, boxing-wise, it was perfect.
Yeah, boxing-wise was perfect. The only thing I was looking forward for Donovan was to make the punches, because he's really good with the punches, and then after that, landing with the low kicks. That was the only thing I was missing, but hey, he's champion. What the heck?
Yeah, what the heck? Well, more of us backstage in 2 minutes and 23 seconds, I see. Make sure you get that pay-per-view, because, man, that main card, Glory 78.
It's one of the best cards I've seen.
Yeah. It's crazy. We'll see you in a couple of minutes. Make sure you get the pay-per-view.
The Flying Gentleman. Why wouldn't he love the knees, right?
Absolutely.
All right, Glory's new streaming platform is called gloryfights.com, and that's the only place that you can purchase the pay-per-view tonight. It's Glory 78, 19.99 euros or 24.99 in US dollars in the United States. Of course, the main event, Badr versus Vajosic. What kind of fight will we see tonight?
Well, this is apparently, according to Badr, he's a new Badr, found some energy back. I mean, with a new team, he says he's technically better. So in theory, it's Badr to be a little bit more patient, trying to set things up, but we know Badr changes minute for minute, so we're going to see how it goes. But I think the big test is how Arek Vajosic could handle that first round power of Badr, and I think that's going to be the key factor in this fight.
Yeah, according to Las Vegas, Badr Hari is listed as a 4-1 favorite. You would think before Badr's last fight against Benny Adegbuyi, he'd be more like a 10-1 favorite. Yeah. So what does Vajosic have to do to beat the legend?
Well, I think he's got to stay patient, use his jab, mix away those low kicks, but I think it's about key is staying defensive, and then when Badr's done attacking, he needs to counter back.
All right, your last opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Go to gloryfights.com right now and purchase Glory 78. That'll do it for me and Joe for right now, but we'll see you right back here in just a minute for Glory 78.
Come
finishes.
The White Tiger!
Going straight to the top.
A rematch of a hotly contested split decision.
That's a nice combination together. Oh, what a finish!
The world's top stand-up fighting talent.
I want people to talk about me even when I'm gone.
We